Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We are live tonight from the Eagles Nest in Spring Hill, Florida, on the campus of Springstead High School as we prepare for a marquee county rivalry game between the Nature Coast Sharks and the Springstead Eagles. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Will Wilkie, and I'll be with you for the pregame show before we hand off the call to tonight's team of Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith. If you're new to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, we are a registered nonprofit media company, fully staffed by a wonderful crew of talented volunteers. All of our content is free, so please consider subscribing to our channel and our Facebook and Twitter pages, which you can find by using the handle at GCSN Broadcast. That's at GCSN Broadcast. Your follows, likes, and free subscriptions help us in offsetting our cost, and as always, we appreciate your viewership and your support. You know, tonight might be a non-district matchup, but if it's going to have all the feel of a playoff atmosphere, as these two teams have come heated rivals over the course of the last few years, while also maintaining their status of being two top programs in the North Suncoast region. And we're going to go ahead and pause for the national anthem, a combined effect of the Eagle Brigade marching band tonight, as well as local area middle schools for the national anthem. We'll be back in just a moment. John, when you have a chance, I don't have a signal from you. And again, that was the Springstead Marching Band along with local area middle schools in the combined effort for the national anthem. Now let's get to know a little bit more about these programs. First, for the visiting Nature Coast Sharks, led by head coach Robert Casimir, the Sharks entered tonight's contest with a 4-2 record on the season. In the win column, the Sharks have been lighting up the scoreboard, averaging 37 points per win offensively, while only surrendering 8 points per game on the defensive side. In the two Shark losses, the difference in those games was just a combined 9 points. Now let's check in with the Nature Coast coaching staff. The Sharks are led by head coach Robert Casimir. He's assisted by offensive coordinator Chase Liggett and defensive coordinator Charles Liggett. And now here are Coach Casimir's keys to tonight's ball game.
Playing in Springstead Stadium is always a tough deal. They got a ton of talent. Connor's phenomenal. Jaden's phenomenal. They got some other guys around them. So, defensively, we're going to have to, the thing, we played great last year, but we gave up 2 runs to Connor. So this year we got to make sure that we stay in control and make sure that doesn't happen. And then offensively, we just got to put up points like we know we can. We feel like we got an advantage in the trenches, so we got to be able to push them around and exact our will as far as running the ball goes, and then see what else that opens up.
I'd like to thank Coach Casimir and his staff for their time and assistance in the pregame show today. Now we're going to head things over and turn our attention to the Springstead Eagles. Head coach Mike Garofano have the Eagles soaring with a 5-0 start to the season and are just one of 7 teams statewide that are still undefeated in Florida Class 5A. The Eagles are getting the job done on both sides of the ball so far this season, averaging an astonishing 42 points per game on offense while only giving up 10 points per game. That impressive Eagle offense is led by senior Connor Macazio, who is also our GCSN senior spotlight tonight, and he will be featured in our halftime show. Now let's check in with the Springstead coaching staff. Head coach Michael Garofano leads the Springstead coaching staff. He's assisted by offensive coordinator Sean Fisher and defensive coordinator Frank Hines. And now here are Coach Garofano's keys to the game.
Key for tonight's game against Nature Coast is playing fast, playing physical, and offensively, just kind of getting after it. When it's time to run the ball, run physically, run downhill, hold on to the ball, protect it. When it's time to, we have to can't be one-dimensional. It's important to have multiple aspects to your offense, so teams can't key in on Connor. I mean, most teams already know that, Connor Macazio is our guy that we like to get the ball to, but we also have 4 or 5 other guys that could do something with the ball in their hands, as well as a quarterback, because Gio Martinez is a dual threat. And defensively, it's always the same for us defensively is getting 11 hats on the ball, running around like your hair is on fire, and just getting after it and ball hawking. And if we play that way, hold on to the football, protect the ball, and get after it on defense, we're going to be in every game that we play.
I'd like to thank Coach Garofano and his staff for their time and assistance for our pregame show today. And now we're going to go ahead and hand things off to Abe and Paul for tonight's call. We've got high school football action coming up next on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Take it away, boys.
Thank you, Will, and welcome, sports fan, to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Tonight we have another great game in store for you. We're here at Booster Stadium, the Eagles Nest, home of the 5-0 Springstead Eagles, who will be taking on the visiting Nature Coast Sharks, who currently sit at 4-2. Tonight is all about bragging rights. Last year, this battle took place at the Sharks Tank, where we went into the fourth quarter with a 7-6 score until the Eagles was able to fly away with the victory, 21-14.
Well, tonight, Abe, Springstead's coming in at a 5-0 record, just coming off a big victory over Cypress Creek, 42-21. And they, like Will mentioned on the top of the broadcast there, they're averaging 42 points a game, and then they got 2 shutouts under their belt. They're led by their quarterback, Gio Martinez, with 509 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, no interception. He's throwing the ball at a 70% clip, and he's also got 161 rushing yards. And then on defense, their man of the hour out there is Jaden James with 23 tackles and 3 sacks. Abe.
Okay, John, looks like last week Coach Garofano had to get on his team. Apparently, they came out a little sluggish at the beginning of the game, and he told them that they weren't playing Springstead ball, and I believe the second half they was able to take over that game. So it looks like Coach Mike Garofano is looking to have his team play with a little more consistency and to keep this game, intact, limit the penalties. Look for their team to make some explosive plays, because he has some young men on this team that has some remarkable speed and some D1 talent. Tyree Davis, he also plays on both sides of the field. He plays quarterback whenever they get into the red zone. He's playing tailback, he's playing receiver, he's playing corner, and he has made plays on both offense and defense for the Eagles team.
And the visiting team, the Nature Coast Sharks, are coming in at a 4-2 clip. And they're coming off a big victory, 56-0 over Anclote. And they're led by their Mr. Everything quarterback, Jackson Hoyt, who's got a nice combination of 715 yards passing, 329 yards rushing. And then over on defense, Xavier McCullough leading the team with 33 tackles.
Now, Paul, I know Coach Cass, his main goal for the Sharks is he wants to build depth. And he wants to have depth going deep into the playoffs. So his goal is trying to establish depth within his program. Now, I know Coach Cass is dealing with a young offensive line. They got one senior, and I believe everybody else is brand new to this offensive line, because last year their line, pretty much all those guys went on to play on Saturdays at the next level. So they're doing some shifting and some moving. Plus, I believe their backfield for the Sharks is completely different than what they had last year. Remember, the last couple of years, the Sharks have been overpowering teams with Cromer, and Cromer is no longer there. So they have some new backs that have come and stepped up for the Sharks. So that is going to give us a great battle because they never seen this team before.
Yeah, and like you said, Cromer, when he was back there, they called it the bulldozer. Now that it's a little bit smaller, and I think we dubbed it the Bobcat now. So, and then we did, Nature Coast a couple weeks ago, and they, had a 39-0 win over Pasco. And, they looked pretty good in that game. They had a nice little combination of a little running, a little bit of passing. They didn't take their foot off the pedal at all. And it turned out to be a pretty good game.
So, Paul, this is big time Friday night football. This is for bragging rights. These teams aren't far from each other, and most of them have played with each other throughout middle school as well as high school. So now it's all about, some of these seniors of what they're going to do their senior year. Are they going to come out on top? So this is a bragging right game. This is it. This is that Friday night, what we've been waiting on. Hopefully the weather holds off while we get ready to do what we need to do.
That's it, Abe. So we're fixing to go ahead and get this thing started. Nature Coast won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So Springstead will go ahead and kick. Correction, Springstead won the toss, deferred to the second half. Nature Coast is going to be back receiving. So everybody, you need to buckle up. This is going to be one of the best matchups I think you're going to see all year here. So we got 5-0 Springstead taking on 4-2 Nature Coast. County rivalry. Let's get it on.
Any given Friday, will it be the Sharks? Will it be the Eagles? We got 4 quarters of football coming to you.
And a little short kick there by Maldonado. It's going to go directly out of bounds. So we get the flags going to be coming out here. So Nature Coast will go ahead and start off with pretty good field position against this Springstead defense, who's, as Will mentioned earlier, running out of eight points a game clip. So they got things tightened down here. So we're going to see what Jackson Hoyt can do here. So the Sharks will get the ball first and 10 on their own 45. Again, starting with some good field position. And so we do got some weather here tonight, folks. So we got to keep an eye out for that. So there are predicted to be some storms here coming through. So let's see how much of this game we're going to be able to get under our belt before it starts getting unleashed here. So immediately they're going into that Bobcat formation. A high snap goes over his head. That was LJ Elwin there. The snap went up over his head.
Looked like number 5, Jaden Jameis, was able to get there quickly.
So that'll be going to be a loss of about 15 there. So that'll bring up second and long for Nature Coast. Looks like the Bobcat lost his wheel on that one there. So again, they'll line up in that formation. There's a snap. Another high snap. Elwin corrals it in. He's looking for a little something on the outside. He's going to get pushed out of bounds there by Tyree Davis. Still going to be going backwards here. Looking for some positive yards for the Sharks on the first drive here.
Seems like right now the center exchange is going bad for the Sharks because they're having to jump up high in the air to get the ball, and they're trying to make something happen because right now they're going backwards.
Yeah, they got to straighten that out there. Like you said, 2 snaps in a row, a couple high balls there, and Elwin is 5'9", so they got Jackson Hoyt going to be going ahead and setting up in traditional. We'll have Elwin in the backfield. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Oh, heavy pressure taken down immediately by Dalton Williams. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Sharks, and looks like they're going to have to head and punt right here immediately on the first series.
Well, it seems like the Eagles have established a little bit of momentum from those two botched plays by the Sharks. and they are right now in rare form trying to make something happen, especially having the Sharks backed up deep in their own territory.
So Dakota Mitchell will be back deep for the punt for the Sharks. Back deep for Springstead, you got Echeverry and Williams. Oh, short pump there. Looks like it went off the side of his foot. So Nature Coast will go ahead and down it at their own 26-yard line. So Springstead will have excellent field position to start this series. A short field, a high-powered offense. Let's see what they can do.
Well, Paul, it looked like Nature Coast right now is starting off a little shaky, especially on offense. And with those two snaps that were very high, they're going to hurt them if their defense don't hold the Eagles right now. Because right now they put Eagles in great field position, especially with that pooch kick.
So let's see what Gio Martinez got in his bag of tricks. He goes ahead and hands it off to Connor Macuzio. Runs it up the middle, probably for about 8-9 yards. Nice little gain there for Marcuzio.
Now, Macazio hit the hole very hard, and he showed nothing but explosive as he stayed low going through the hole.
That'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Snap, fakes the handoff. Quick little flare out there to Davis. Davis looking for some extra yards here. Fighting. He got enough for the first down. That'll bring it in 1st and goal. Looks like about the 8. So 2 plays for the Eagles, and they are in goal line situation. Goal to go. First goal for the Eagles. Martinez fakes the handoff. He's going to get dropped immediately. Taken down there by the big number 6, Grant Lanning.
Paul, looked like that was a replay, and Martinez believed he could keep the ball, but he kept it and was able to pick up a yard on that play.
So 2nd goal for the Eagles.
Eagles already showed that they could give a little spark pass, and their running game straight up the middle has been on point at this time. Now they're able to get the Sharks to jump off. Now they're able to move the ball even further.
Well, they're going to go
They call it
start
against
on
the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, looks like maybe big number 55, Andrew Clarkson. Got a little bit of an early start on that one, so that'll move them back 5.
I can hear you, Bill.
So we'll play replay 2nd and goal for the Eagles at about the 13-yard line.
Paul, it looked like the Eagles are going ahead and lining up in that trips to the left side of the field with a single receiver.
You're going to pitch it. Macasio is going to break around the right side. He's got a little bit
And
of
he's
light.
in the
Touchdown,
end zone.
Eagles.
So, Paul, they spread the defense out on that play. And we're going to check it out on this Care1 instant replay. And as he went around the outside, he gave the toss. And number 4, Connor Macazio, found his way around the right side of the field, and he walked himself into the end zone.
Yeah, they had that trips to the left there, so you got the whole secondary on the left-hand side, and they went ahead and ran to the right there. And there was a nice little block downfield by the receiver. And Macazio walks it in.
And when you give a team like the Eagles that has a quick scoring offense and able to score in various ways, you don't want to give them that short field. And what happened is they got that short field off of that punt, and they were able to punch it in within a few plays.
So there's a quick little flare out. Oh, Dalton Williams tried to do a little pass there to.
He put a little too much on there, Paul. It was there, but he put a little too much.
That was intended for Turian Tucker.
It looked like if he wanted to run it, he was able to run that in himself.
Yeah. So the Eagles will go ahead up 6-0 here in the first quarter early on, courtesy of some good field position. So let's see what the Sharks going to have to do to counter here. Their series got to definitely improve then from that first series. So
Paul, with the Eagles scoring quickly as they did, Nature Coast is going to have to respond quickly. You know, with this being a bragging right rival game, to stay in this game, they're going to have to respond with some points on the board.
Yeah, they don't want to get themselves too far down in a hole, and then you start, pressuring, pressing too much, and that's when mistakes happen. So, and you know me about penalties, Abe. We're at mid-season right now, and there's no more of this. Got to work it off. So here's the kickoff again by Maldonado, and again it looks like it's going to go out of bounds. So again, the Sharks will have the benefit of decent field position to start. So let's see if they can turn this into some positive yardage here.
That's right. Now the Sharks are at negative 35 rushing yards, 0 passing yards. Hopefully, as the offense was on the sideline, they was able to get the center in tune with the snap. Not sure if the Eagles are putting pressure on the nose guard.
So they'll line up in that Bobcat formation. Elwin's going to look for the right, sheds a tackle, picks up about maybe 2 on that. Taken down by number 11, James Hicks.
So, Paul, looking at this right now, it seems like this game is going to be won or lost in the trenches, because if the Sharks can't move the Eagles off that ball, their running backs aren't going to have a chance to get to the second level.
Yeah, and Elwin's, he's got some moves, some speed, and he gets into that second level. That could be lights out. So we go 2nd and 6. Direct snap again to Elwin. Elwin's going up the middle. Little push there. Nice push there by the Sharks offensive line. So it looks like he picks up about another 3 yards on that. So that'll bring up 2nd and a long 3.
Paul, looks like the rain is starting to come down now.
Yeah, we're starting to get some of that rain coming in, so now we got some real slop football. Let's go. So Elwin gets the ball again. Hurdles over the middle, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He was met by number 11, James Hick, as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, and was immediately brought down.
Yeah, that'll bring up 4th down now for the Sharks here. They're going to give him about a yard on that, so about a long 2, 4th and 2. So they got Gainer now in the Bobcat formation here. There's a snap. Gainer looking to the right, going directly to the right. Met immediately by a host of Eagles, but he's got enough there, it looks like, for the 1st down. So that'll bring the ball up to the 45 and a new set of downs for the Sharks.
So if you check out this Carrot One instant replay, they lined up stacked again in that bulldozer pack. Gainer hits the hole hard and pushes the line to get the 1st down. So Coach Cass took a chance, and he believed in his offensive line to make that 1st down.
So they're going to go ahead and take a water break here at 5:55 left to go. So we'll go ahead and take a break here early on with Springstead up 6-0 over Nature Coast. We'll be back.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
So we're back there, and looks like Cassius Williams actually on that run gets up about 1 yard there.
Was that Harbin on the carry? It seemed like he had to reach out and grab that ball when it was hiked to him, and he actually made a play by getting that ball to keeping it from rolling back deep in the backfield.
Yeah,
and was able to pick up a yard or 2.
Yeah, that was Harvin on that play there. So again, they still in that Bobcat formation. This time Harvin back deep. There we go. He's going to go around to the right-hand side. Brings it up to about the 50. Brought down there by Tyree Davis and Dalton Williams. So it's going to be 3rd and 5.
You good, John? Okay, you got a good shot.
So Elwin back deep. He gets the snap direct. Brings it up. Still fighting. Brings it up, gets about a yard on that. So they get a little sniff into the Eagles' territory now. It'll be 4th and 4.
Look like the Sharks are trying to get Elwin established in this run game, and it seemed like they're sticking with the bulldozer pack and trying to find some answers and trying to find an identity right now for tonight's game.
Need you to the left, Bill. Sharks line up to go for it on 4th and 4. There you go.
So with 4th and 4, the Sharks are deciding to go for it. LJ Elwin comes up. Looks like he might be changing the play. Trying to get him to jump. There's the snap. Going to take it to the left. Breaks it up there. Picks up the first down. Take it down there by Dalton Williams and James Hicks. That'll be enough for the first down for the Sharks. So the Sharks definitely improvement then from the first series of downs there. They're going the right way.
And it looked like the Sharks are just trying to play hard-nosed football and just want to run it straight up the gut. Use that bulldozer package, see what moves up, and hit the hole.
So there's the snap, straight up the middle. That's Gaynor. Gaynor picks it up about 8 on that.
Gaynor came through that hole nice and low, very well leveled, with an impact speed, and he made a very nice run just now.
Yeah, protect the ball. So strong on the left there. They're going to go ahead and go up to the left there. And it looks like it's going to be right at the sticks. We'll see if they're going to call it a first down. That was Gaynor on the run. So they're going to call it about a third and a half a yard. So Jasir Harvin now is going to be in the backfield. So they're going with a 3-headed monster, Elwin, Gaynor, and Harvin. There's a high snap. Gets it back. He's going to cut it all the way back to the left. Cuts it up the middle. Picks up about 5 yards.
Now, Paul, with his speed, he was able to make a move around the left side of the line. He tried to initially go up. Check out this Care One instant replay. As soon as he got the ball, he fumbled it in the air, took it to the left side, made a nice little cut. He was able to pick up the first down for the Sharks.
So the Sharks are rolling here. 2:15 left to go in the first quarter. Harvin, the deep back. There's a snap. Going to go right up the middle. Got a little bit of daylight. Picks up about 4 yards on that one. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Now, Paul, number 27, Dalton Williams, stayed home in that play and was able to make a nice hit and make an immediate stop on that play for the Eagles.
There's another high snap again. Elwin cuts it to the right. He's got a little bit of daylight.
It looks like he picked up the first down.
Taken down there by Davis and James. But he does get the first down. So the Sharks are definitely on the move here, picking up some yards on the rush. Eagles got to sit there and adjust here and counter this rush here.
So, Paul, earlier I mentioned the game can be won and lost inside the trenches. Right now, the Sharks have found their way. They got this 1-2-3 punch going on right now with Elwin, Harvin, and Gaynor, and they're just pounding their way forward. I haven't seen Jackson Hoyt come into the game at quarterback, but I see they're trying to, punch the ball and move it and have the line push them down the field.
Yeah, there's a penalty flag on that play there. Owen took it up the middle for a few yards. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Divinity Med Spa starting lineup for the Nature Coast Sharks. The backs of receivers line up as Hoyt, Elwin, Lanning, Owens, Harvin, and Jackson. And up front, the big boys. We got Duval, Nunez, Lewis, Deso, and Selback. So first and 15. So Jackson Hoyt.
Look like Jackson Hoyt's in the game.
There's the snap. He's going to take it himself, looking for a little bit of room. He's going to go around to the left. Brought down, but he picked up about 6 on that.
He was trying to find a lane, but the Eagles were swarming to that lane and shutting down all lanes of traffic on that side.
So let's go ahead and show you the starting lineups for the Eagles defense. So up front for the Eagles, we got Clarkson, Johns, Tucker, and Thoreau.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is lightning within 8
James, Williams, and Hicks are your linebackers. And in the secondary, we got Davis, Pastrana, Echeverria, and Macazio. So we're going to go ahead and put a pause button on this game. We got some lightning in the area. So these thunderstorms we talked about earlier were starting to roll in. So we're going to go ahead and hit the pause button, get the players and everybody into safety. And we'll be back after this. We're going to go ahead and throw it up the wheel.
Thank you very much, Abe and Paul. As they mentioned, we do have some weather in the area, so we're forced to cut our cameras at the moment. As you can see, our camera cover is in the way of our shot right now. But our cameramen have to clear the field for their safety. We did plan ahead for this because, unfortunately, this was in the forecast. So what we have planned for this is we do have a highlight show from last year that we're going to go ahead and run for now. And then, unfortunately, if the weather does extend, we have last year's game that will run until we're ready to come back. So bear with us, and we're going to run the weather delay programming for you, and we'll keep you updated in the in-game chat. So if you open the in-game chat, we'll give you as many updates as we can there. And we'll be back in just a moment.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
Field with Derwin Gray and Dave Barrett. Take it away, boys.
All right. Hey, we've had a great season, Derwin, this whole year. And we should definitely talk about some of our seasons that we've had. The very first game we had Hernando taking on Hudson. What do you remember about that game?
Man, that game was crazy because it was the beginning of the season. All the kids were fired up, man, to get out there. And it was my first time around, so I was excited to see some Florida football. And to see some of those guys, man, such as John Capel out there, man. He's a big running back, man. Of course, he comes from a legendary family with his dad. I was excited to see him in the backfield and see all the things that he can do for his offense and defense and getting that wildcat set he does, and he take control of the game. I was excited to see that part of the game, and it was crazy because it started out slow. It started as slow. It was slow, real slow at the beginning of the game. The guys was trying to find their flow, and eventually, man, Hudson was able to pull away. As you know, the score was 52-0 as it wrapped up.
You know what I remember from that game is the Hudson special teams. They took control of the game early. They took control early. They did the onside. They had 2 onsides. They had 2 punt returns for touchdowns. I mean, from onside, you know, from special teams point of view, they definitely did a super awesome job in that game. You did mention it was 52-0. James Conley was the one with the 2 punt returns. He also had a rushing touchdown in that game.
100%. And you know as well as everyone knows, in football, it's about those hitting yardage, man. And when it comes to like special teams, those are the type of things you have to win. You have to win those margins right there when it comes to special teams, the kicking game, because swinging the field is super important when trying to give advantage for your defense or offense. And you know, right there, like you said, that guy Conley was able to score twice on kick returns and those things like that, punt returns. Which one it was, can't remember exactly, but I know he had an explosive day in the kicking game.
Well, and you mentioned defense, and that was our first look at number 81, Elias Williams, the D1 recruit, big defensive end. I think he had what do you have? 3 sacks. He also had a 9-yard touchdown. I mean, he played that game pretty awesome.
And you're absolutely right, Dave, man. He exactly took over that game from the defensive side, man. He was able to disrupt all the run plays. He was getting the backfield every single play. He's so long. It was so hard to not see his arms all over the play in the passing lanes. It was extremely fun to watch, but I know it wasn't fun for the guys going against him.
Right. Well, this summer we did Media Day. And we were able to see that Hudson was going to be a force to reckon with, and that first game is always a statement game, and Hudson made the big statement 52-0. Let's take a break real quick.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity.
Hey, John, are you still on the net?
Locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
All right. We're back. Week 2, Nature Coast at Hernando. It was 27-0 Nature Coast Sharks. What do you remember most about that game?
Well, that game right there was interesting for me because I wanted to see how Hernando responds to adversity. Week 1 of the season, losing 52-0.
Oh, yeah.
There has to be some type of fire lit, man. Man, this guy is phenomenal at quarterback and just being a leader. So what I remember most about Chroma's physicality, man. Him getting into that power set. And of course, everyone that's in this county loves that power set.
Oh, they do. They do.
The heavy set, man, and him just taking over the game and just running and beating down the D-line and eventually just taking over the game.
Well, the Leopards did keep Cromer under 100 yards. Now, he got in the end zone a couple of times, but Jackson Hoy had a touchdown, real long touchdown. It's like 80 yards, and then he threw another touchdown. But a strong debut for us to see the Sharks because they were 2-0 after that point. But yeah, awesome game.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I once again, man, Hernando, it didn't look as pretty for those guys, but they still, of course, I always love watching Capel. He's a physical back, man. He's a guy that wants it.
Big, strong kid.
Yeah, unfortunately, things ain't work out in their favor, man. He was still able to get 100 yards that game. I think, unless he was shy of 100 yards. He was doing what he could, man, as far as that, once again, that heavy set where he gets into that wildcat and try to take over the game from what he does best, was run the ball and keeping things in front of him.
Right. Well, and back to the Sharks. That was our first look at that powerful offensive line led by the senior centers, big strong guy Chase Murray, and he was clearing the way not just for Cromer, but for Jackson Hoyt in that game.
And I can't agree with you more, man. He was able to open up Powell's, man, for Cromer. Man, Cromer don't need a lot of help. We all know that. But he was able to get those extra push down the line to open up those holes to give Cromer that extra boost.
Well, in week 1, we were able to see the Saltzman's debut, and then in week 2, we got to see Saltzman make his connection.
As we go to the next game.
Week 3, that was a tough game. That was an awesome game. Probably my second favorite game is Springstead at Nature Coast. And I remember it came down to the wire.
Oh, of course.
But talk to us a little bit about that game.
Man, Macasio.
Oh.
Man, a special player, man. That guy right there, man, he was explosive all night. He had 24 carries for 264 yards. Very productive day. I wouldn't say productive, a very exciting day for the fans to watch, man. He was all over the place, man. Just the drive from his legs every time he get contact, it's always hard to bring that guy down.
And if you remember, he made some huge plays right before halftime and then later in the game. Now, the game was 21-14 in favor of Springstead, but they scored in the last minute and a half of the game, and Connor got loose. He got loose in the halftime to get a quick score, a late score in the first half, and he did the same thing again at the end of the game. I remember the battle, though, back and forth, Nature Coast, Springstead, Nature Coast, Springstead,
And I think the most important thing was Springstead's defense led by their leader, Jaden James. Jaden James was awesome that day, was able to stop the run of Cromer. Cromer loves to get in that jumbo set, that heavy set, and get between those tackles. And Jaden wasn't feared at all. He was able to put his face in there and make something happen, man, to slow down that powerful offense that was, you see, they came out on top 21-14.
Yeah, and I thought maybe the home team advantage was going to come into play because Nature Coast was down 2. They went for the 2-point conversion with a minute and a half to go, and Cromer barreled into the end zone and tied the game, only to see that Connor sneak out with not much time left to go and to seal the deal in that rivalry as well.
That had to suck the life out the crowd, man. It was a great game. It had to suck the life out the crowd because they fought so hard. But once again, Macasio has a lot to deal with for defense, man. He's so elusive, man, electrifying out the backfield, man. It's like he can do so much. And it's like, how do you stop this guy? How do you game plan for a guy?
We're going to keep talking about Connor because he had 3 games that we saw him go over the 200-yard mark. Like, how does that happen?
Consistently.
Next, we're going to talk about Week 4. Week 4 was our first time in Pasco County, and we got to go see Zephyr Hills at Land O'Lakes, the Gators. And I remember that was our first peek at the D1 recruit, the junior.
DJ Pickett.
Man,
that's my guy. I've been trying to get that guy on my show for a long time now. He's hard to catch up with. Those big-time recruits like him is something to catch, man.
Yeah.
But DJ Pickett, man, he had a quiet night, unfortunately. It was a quiet night, and let's be real, man. All through the year, a lot of people going to have a lot of attention on this guy because you are the face of the team. You are the one with all the recruits that I see all over social media. He's on recruiting trips all the time. So every time you come into a game, someone's always having eyes on you, man, from any position you at. As defense and offense, he was very productive on both sides of the ball this year.
What I remember from that game is Land O'Lakes came out in a game plan to run the ball. Cody Gwynn, he hammered down for 160 yards and a touchdown. And Land O'Lakes is normally a balanced team. They were not balanced that night. They ran the ball 48 times, put the ball in the air 10 times. Unfortunately for them, with a 14-point lead, with about a minute to go in the first half, they threw a screen pass that was picked off, taken 65 yards to the house, and he erased a 14-point lead. They were still up by 7 at halftime, but Zephyr Hills was able to battle back 26-14 as they came back in that big second half.
Man, I gotta give it to Coach Dan Goodspeed, man. He's a guy, a veteran coach, man. I would say veteran coach because he played a long time in the NFL, man. He's able to teach these offensive linemen how to run the ball, how it's supposed to be done in the trenches, man. That's how Cody Gwynn was so effective in the run game because those big guys up front, being able to move those pies, get that extra push, play through the whistle to open up those holes, man. He was playing physical out the gate, man. They was going to take it right to Zephyr Hills, and they felt exactly their presence.
Well, having an offensive lineman from the NFL must be an advantage. But what I liked about Coach's plan was Zephyr Hills had a great secondary, and he's like, let's keep the ball away from those guys.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Now, Week 5, we stayed in Pasco County, and we went to Cypress Creek, who is currently undefeated. Now, their record was 4-0. We broke the school record at that game for the first time they were ever 5-0, but right now they're sitting at 8-0 with a tough Zephyr Hills matchup tonight. But that was a really fun game. We got to see a lot of athletes for Pasco. Do you remember the score of that game?
The score of the game was 28-13. That game right there, man, was a good game, man. I love Cypress Creek. I love the swagger they played with from the defense. Milton Gracia was my player of that game, man. That guy was all over the place, man. I registered two interceptions. I know they only gave him one, but that one on the sideline towards the end of the game, man, that was definitely an interception in my book. But that shows, man, his knack for the ball. He was able to get there to the ball. He was breaking on the ball. He was finding ways to make plays from offense and defense. But defense is the most fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. And if you remember, before the game, they honored all the veterans. They had them all walk out to the court, to the field, and they had the red, white, and blue. They had the stars painted. I mean, it set the tone for the game. But you're right. Homeboy had 2 interceptions, and they both were taken away for penalties.
But we can't forget about the solid Pasco team too. They had a guy, Angel Miles, man, an old school type of linebacker, man, / athlete. This guy played everything, kick return, everything. He was active all over the field. That guy was a beast.
Yeah, he was everywhere and didn't make it very easy for Cypress Creek to move the ball, but they definitely did that.
For sure.
Week 6, we went back into Hernando County. We got to see the big rivalry between Hernando and Springstead. Now, Springstead was probably picked to win by quite a few points. But if you remember, Hernando put up 13 points in the first quarter.
100%. And it was off to a great start. Hernando, man, it was about tired of it. It was about time to bring a little bit more passion and more fight this time. And they did exactly that. They knew they had to do that with experienced D-line and defense, like when Jaden James led by that guy. They knew they had to come a little harder, man. And they did just that, man, being able to put up 13 points early. And things started to trickle away.
That was Leandre Wright's coming out party. I mean, I think he had 3 catches, 101 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but then he threw a pass, and guess who he threw it to? Saltzman, the quarterback. How crazy is that? The wide receiver takes the ball and throws it to the quarterback for a 25-yard gain. I mean, they've really opened up the playbook on that game.
100%, man. I love Leandre Wright, man. He's a big, tall guy, man. I can see him playing on the next level, man. I see all the things that he does to bring to the game is what teams can use on the next level. But Springstead was the better team that day. That defense is lights out.
But who was the running back for Springstead that game? He had over 200 yards again for
Connor Macasio.
Yeah, and I think he had 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. Pretty awesome day for Connor and the fellas. Well, week 7, we went to Nature Coast for Battle of the Shark, or what we call Shark Week here at GCSN, and we saw a lopsided victory. I mean, it was one shark showed up that night. It was 68-0. Nature Coast over Ann Cloak. What do you remember most about that game?
I mean, what ain't to remember about that? Man, it was a complete lump-sided game, like you said. It was an explosive game for Nature Coast. They did exactly what they did, and they knew they was going to do that, and they did exactly what they should have done. But Ann Cloak was a team that has a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent, man.
A lot of young talent.
Nature Coast was able to just do what they do, run the ball and make big plays, and that's how the score was 68.
They had 3 fumble recoveries for touchdowns, like picked up and scored. Jackson Hoyt was efficient, 7 for 11, 125 yards and 3 touchdowns. Speaking of efficiency, Cromer had 8 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. But week 8 was the exclamation point on our season. That was the game of the year. That was so good. It was Mitchell at Springstead. And last year, Mitchell got Springstead, but not this year. Not this year. What can you remember about that incredible game?
Man, it was one play by our guy, Connor Macasio, late in the game. They pitched the ball to this guy. He fumbles it. Bobbles, I would say fumbles, bobbles. I'm like, oh, no. He catches it. And then he's about to throw it downfield, and he tucks it and runs with it and
like
almost scored
yards.
to win the game.
Yeah, like 30 yards.
That was a crazy finish, 37-34 in the late seconds of the game.
You know, Abe and I called that game, and one thing I do remember was they got the ball with 49 seconds to go before half and marched it down the field and was able to get a field goal. And that field goal came back to win the ball game, 37-34 Springstead.
100%. Once again, we get back to that kicking game.
Yeah,
how important the kicking game is for the efficiency of a game and swinging the scoreboard, man. And the kicking game can't be more important, man. As a coach in this league, man, you have to coach special teams.
Either you have a kicking game or you don't have a kicking game. And what I've seen in this football. left some points on the board. It looks like that's a nice high punt. Oh, it's going to take a sharp.
Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. It's Friday night, it's football night. We're coming to you live from Brooksville, Florida, from Nature Coast High School for a big-time Hernando County Rivalry Game between the Springstead Eagles and the Nature Coast Sharks. I'm Will Wilkie. I'll be guiding you through the pregame show here tonight before we take it up to the booth for Abe and Dave on the call. But for now, we just want to welcome you to the broadcast. We had some storms in the area earlier on today. Unfortunately, we do have rain in the forecast later on, so we'll keep an eye on that, but hopefully it'll pass us by. Field conditions, though, it's a new turf field here at Nature Coast High School, and it looks beautiful tonight. And we're ready for an exciting ball game. But before we get things started, we're going to check in with the coaches for tonight's game. Coach Mike Garofano and Coach Robert Casimir for their keys to the night's ball game before we take it down to Derwin Gray for his pregame report. But for now, let's check in with the coaches' keys to the game.
Tonight's game with Nature Coast is always stopping Cromer, trying to hold him, contain him. It's hard to fully stop him. We did a good job of it last year. I don't know how many yards he had, but not many. If we do that same thing and minimize like the big plays, I know they have a quarterback that's got a big arm and some skill guys. Eliminate the big plays and just get after it on defense. We should be able to hold them in check. And offensively, their defense is always well coached, always in position, always in the right spot. So we got to stay away from negative plays, from turnovers, and methodically work the ball down the field, and we should be successful.
Tonight's game against Springstead, the first key is always to take care of the football because you got to win the turnover battle. Outside of that, I think we're gonna have to get after their quarterback. That's something that we're definitely hoping to do. Try to turn them into a one-dimensional team. I know they're trying to get the ball out in space, unlike the days of old. So we're gonna get after the quarterback, and we got some aggressive, powerful guys that can get that done. So that's a huge key. Offensively, we just need to be dynamic and find ways to get the ball to our athletes, and then score some points. And it's always a dogfight, so we're ready, and we'll take advantage of what we can get.
And again, that was head coach Michael Garofano from Springstead and head coach Robert Casimir from Nature Coast giving us their pregame keys to tonight's ball game. And now let's take it down to the field to check in with Derwin Gray for his pregame report. Derwin?
Thanks, Will. I'm super excited to watch these two teams face off. Springstead and Nature Coast battle all the night. I watched those guys actually pregame warm up, and those guys got really after it this morning. So I'm super excited to see these two teams taking on. But I do have two players I do want to highlight. Jaden James. Jaden James is a good linebacker, a guy that's very physical, a guy that's ready to get out there in the backfield. He has good eyes, good patience when he's definitely sees the ball in the backfield. Also, I want to highlight Jackson Hoy, a good quarterback for Nature Coast. He's been leading the guys all year long, man, with his arms, his feet, man, his vision, his patience. So I'm super excited to see those two guys battle it off today. Back, Will.
count on 2 top players for each squad tonight as we get things ready. As the Sharks take the field, they're going to be coming out of the tunnel in just a moment, and we'll have the captain's toss in midfield. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to toss it over to the booth for Abe and Dave for their pregame report. You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
So we're back at Nature Coast High School getting ready for the kickoff. If you're new to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, we are a registered 501c3 nonprofit media company bringing these games to you live for free all over the northern Tampa Bay region. We do appreciate your viewership and your support. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. It's free for you, but it helps us out tremendously. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GCSN Broadcast. We'll have the highlights from tonight's ball game posted later on, as well as our Glory Days player of the game featured there as well. We also have other special features that you don't want to miss, a lot of great content. So go ahead, give us a follow at Facebook and Twitter. We have the teams lining up, getting ready to go, and we're getting ready to go up in the booth with Abe and Dave. Take it away, boys.
Thank you, Will, and welcome, viewers. We have a crosstown rivalry in store for you tonight as the visiting Springstead Eagles make the 6 miles commute to the Shark Tank to tackle the Nature Coast Sharks.
That's right, Abe. These players have grown up playing with and against one another since grade school. This rivalry has a big brother, little brother feel. Nature Coast, the big brother, has won 6 of the last 8 meetings, and in some of those cases, bullied the little brother. But eventually the little brother grows up, and Springstead has done just that, winning 2 out of the last 4 games, including last season's 28-0 thrashing.
Most brothers know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and these teams know one another better than any other team they will face all season. In fact, several players have recently transferred from each school to go to the other. And that's why we expect to have such a battle here tonight.
Yes, Abe. These teams are very familiar. You see, the Sharks come in here smoking hot after a strong start to the season. Quarterback Jackson Hoyt has led his team with his arm and legs, averaging over 25 yards per game, while Christian Cromer has found the end zone 6 times already this young season.
The Sharks also doing it on defense. They have the top 3 tacklers in the District 25 with Aiden Orton, Chance Bolin, and Aiden Cespedes, combining for 59 tackles respectfully.
That's a lot of tackles between 3 players, Abe. But Springstead also has a strong defense with great linebacker play, like as Doran just told us. Jaden James and Dalton Williams and the Eagles have already forced 5 turnovers this season.
The trick tonight for the Eagles will be getting the junior Connor Macazio going. The standout running back is the heartbeat of this offense.
Abe, last season, this was the game to watch. It was the defining moment for the Eagles, who went on and had a magical season with just 1 regular season loss. What do you think about tonight's game? What will it entail?
This should be one of the best games we see all season. It's just like you mentioned earlier. They are familiar with one another. Bragging rights are on the line. Nature Coast stands are packed in neon colors, and the Eagles didn't have far to travel. It's going to get loud, crazy, intense, and Gulf Coast Sports Network get to bring it to you live.
All right, Abe. And the coin toss is about to ensue. You can see big Chase Murray right now, number 74, our senior spotlight. He's swaying back and forth, back and forth. Most football players will do this when they're anxious, excited, because right now it's the calm before the storm, and the storm's coming tonight.
Well, you also got to realize these are seniors.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the last time that they face one another, and the last time you mentioned that Springstead won 28-0 when they were home. So the Sharks want to look at redemption tonight.
That's right, Abe. Last time they were here, the Sharks won. They travel away, they lose. Now it's back home. So these seniors want to win, as do the Eagles.
You know, I see it's getting packed. I see the line out there on California Street still trying to get into the game. Hopefully everybody tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Networks. Subscribe, send us some likes. Get ready for a Friday night football right here with Gulf Coast Sports Network. We love bringing it to you live and in color.
Yeah, it is in color tonight. You can see the players in neon, the student bodies in neon. I mean, like you said, there's cars trying to get into this game. This is the game to watch.
So normally we have a senior spotlight in each and every game we go to. So who's tonight's senior spotlight?
Yeah, check out that crowd is going to be a lot fuller here in just a little bit because they're all coming in. But our senior spotlight's Chase Murray, the big center. He's a 3-year starter. You know, there's videos of him on Twitter doing 275 pounds in power cleans and a 500-pound squat, and just a big, strong guy who loves football.
So what you're saying is we need to watch the trenches tonight for this Nature Coast Sharks team.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see number 55 coming across. That's Trenton Hayes. He was one of those transfers we spoke about earlier, and he was one of those offensive linemen. And now he's leading the other team into this big rivalry.
So it will be a battle in the trenches just to see, you know, rivalry at its fullest with teams that have switched teams within the season.
Yeah, there's several. I think 6, 7, maybe even 8 kids. But at the end of the day, the jersey you have on tonight is the only jersey that matters for those players, and they're trying to do the best they can for the team they're on.
Well, tonight should be a great matchup. I'm sure both coaches have done their homework on both teams, you know, and got a great matchup ahead. They have their game plan, but a lot of times when you have games like this and they're intense, you got emotions, you got everything building up in the game, you got the crowd, you know, who will rise to the occasion?
Well, I saw the coaches jumping around before the game. I mean, it's not just the players that are excited, it's the coaches, it's the student bodies. I mean, it's a great community event right now, getting ready to kick off.
Now, last year when Nature Coast faced Springstead, they were up under a different leadership. So who's the coach of the Sharks now?
The Sharks coach is Coach Kaz, and he's very excited to be here. He spoke with Gulf Coast Sports Network earlier this summer at the media day, and he believes in these players, and they're 2-0 right now.
And right now he's 2-0. That's a great way to start his season out.
Well, and Springstead played a game on Monday this week because of the storm that came in, and their opponent lived a little closer to the storm, so they pushed the game back. So they've had a little less rest, about 72 hours less, Abe.
All right. Well, it seems like Nature Coast will be receiving the ball tonight.
Please raise, gentlemen, remove your caps as we stand for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Abe. Always great to get a moment with the national anthem. But what did you see the coin toss?
Saw the coin toss, and the Sharks will be receiving.
Okay. So we get to see Jackson Hoyt, Christian Cromer. We get to see the offensive line that we were talking about earlier for the Nature Coast Sharks. But also we get to see the defense for the Springstead Eagles and those linebackers that fly really hard to the ball and already have 5 turnovers.
Let's make some noise.
Well, everything they worked up for this year, all spring, all summer, and now it's down to tonight's game, 4 quarters, and who will walk away with bragging rights for tonight.
That's right, Abe. I can't wait for this kickoff to ensue. You got the coaches getting everybody excited, trying to make sure they have 11 guys ready to go. I mean, these are the moments these young men will remember.
And remember, these the seniors' last time facing this team on both sides. So the excitement has got to be in the air.
Well, you can see the student body getting ready to go, and they're still coming in. I mean, we see 65 cars right in front of us still trying to get into the stadium, but they're going to catch the first quarter under wraps.
Unless they tune in to Gulf Coast Sports Network while they're riding in and coming in.
That's one of the best reasons why we love being able to bring this to people who can't make it, or people from out of town or out of state to watch a little Florida football.
So, Dave, who do we have back deep for the Sharks?
Well, it might be Rodriguez, Carlos Rodriguez, number 3. He returned to kicks last week, and it might be Cassius. I think that's Cassius Williams also back there.
Looks like number 10, Raul McDonald, will be doing the kicking for the Eagles.
Oh, it's short. It's not live. Oh, he touched it, though. So it has to go 10 yards. Did not do that. But if you touch it, that makes it eligible. So they're going to sort this out. It's still Nature Coast ball. They must have covered it. And that's some pretty good field coverage. That's some pretty good fielding to start with on this first series for the Sharks.
So sometimes you wonder what's the strategy in regards to that, or maybe they had a deep threat and they didn't want to kick the ball back there and rather just put it there. But what he's trying to do is say right now, Springstead is putting the game in their defense hands.
Yeah, they might be afraid of the speed that, usually you have your fastest kids back deep. Sometimes you just want to start off with a turnover, get some extra momentum.
It looked like the Sharks going to start out in that stack formation with Cromer deep back.
Yeah, the direct snap to Cromer should be incoming.
Deep snap, he runs to the left, and he's wrapped up, looked like led by number 22. That's going to be Jackson Nichols that led that, followed by number 5, Jacob James.
Yeah, Jaden James, number 5, we spoke about. He was in on that tackle as well. Cromer only went for 1 on that, and it was a backside pressure that seemed to get there, like you mentioned. Looks like they're going to stay in this formation.
They're going to shift it back to the right side, still stacked in the back. Cromer still deep back for this direct snap. He takes it directly up the middle. Picks up about 4 yards.
Still a big back, hard to bring down. Those are some hard yards to get. But it is going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That tackle was led by number 73, Nicholas Diaz, who was down on the bottom of the pile. Was able to go ahead and grab on the Cromer and get him down as the other Eagles assisted. It's 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Direct snap to Cromer. He goes to the right side of the line. And he's immediately brought down after picking up about 2 yards on the carry.
Well, it's going to be 4th and 2. And two out of the 3 runs have given them the 2 yards that they would need. But they are not backing down right here. A lot of people in that 4-yard window.
They're still in that formation straight up the middle. It looks like Cromer was able to pick up the 1st down.
first down.
So looking at that, we're going to call that the bulldozer formation.
Bulldozer.
I believe my counterpart Smith was calling that the bulldozer formation. So we'll go ahead and leave it as Nature Coast bulldozer formation because he was able to bulldoze his way to get that first down.
Definitely did. It took him all 4 downs, which that's something about that Springstead defense because they have numbers in this formation. But Cromer's moving that pile, keeping his legs moving. The refs are going to stop him right there. But that was the biggest run of the night. 7 yards, 6 yards.
You know, football is all about moving the chains. And right now, the Sharks have found something that's working for them in that bulldozer formation. Direct snap to Cromer. He goes right to the right side again, looking for a seam. Picks up about 4 yards on the carry for another Shark first down.
Yeah, 6 straight carries, two first downs. Of course, they might be marking him short here. They're going to measure.
No, he said go. It's first down.
Okay, perfect. 2 first downs like I was saying. Oh, they got Cromer coming off.
Direct snap to number 12. He shoots around the outside on the right side.
That's Connor Riggins, the senior running back.
Great carry.
So he's a pretty quick fella. Was able to get another 6.5 on that.
Looks like it's 2nd and 4. Still in that bulldozer formation. Direct snap to number 12 again.
Direct snap for the Sharks.
Looks like he picked up about 2 yards. 2 yards on that carry.
So it's going to be 3rd and short here. And Cromer's going to come back on the field.
3rd down.
High five by his buddy Riggins on the way out.
Looks like Cromer's back in the game. Still in that bulldozer formation. Direct snap to Cromer.
Oh, he's met at the line.
He met at the line. It might be close. There might be a measurement needed. Looked like he picked up a yard.
I think he's going to be just a bit short. But no doubt Kaz is going to go for it here.
If the bulldozer is working, you continue to bulldoze.
Oh, they're blitzing. They're bringing the house.
Direct snap again. Looks like he picked up the first down.
Straight ahead movement. Ball forward. It's really hard to get Cromer behind the line of scrimmage.
So it seems like Coach Kaz is coming in tonight. He found that bulldozer formation working early for him with Cromer in the direct snap. Then they added Connor inside there, Connor Riggins, and now it's working to just move the chains.
Moving the chains.
Another direct snap. Cromer goes up for about 4 yards.
Cromer with the carry.
I mean, 3 yards a carry will get you the first down.
I see a helmet off. I think he has to sit out one play, not sure.
We got Riggins coming back in.
Sharks number 12.
And they're going to stay with that formation, just switching it to the left side of the field.
And this is hurry up offense. It's trying to get to the edge. Oh, he got to it.
But he was met quickly by number 12 of the Eagles.
Check out the Care 1 instant replay. He's just trying his best to get there. Good block right there, but they take him all the way to the sideline.
If we have one of our viewers that know who number 12 is for the Eagles, if you can go ahead and send it to us in chat, we'll greatly appreciate it because we like to recognize these guys when they do excellent things on the field.
Oh, they got him with some guys not getting off the field on defense, some late substitution. That's a big play on 3rd and long.
He was waving offset.
Oh, they called timeout. And we will take a timeout as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you're enjoying our replay of the 2023 matchup between Springstead and Nature Coast. Both teams are back out on the field now, and we're told that play will resume shortly. Both teams obviously have to go through their warm-up routines and everything since that was kind of an extensive delay. We're in the process of bringing our cameras back up online right now. It'll take us about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, but we're not going to miss any game action. The teams literally just got out here, so we're going to get those cameras up and running for you. We're going to get you back up to the booth with Abe and Paul, and we'll get the conclusion of this ball game. Stick with us.
Looks like 36. Oh, they didn't get him. Oh, they did get him. No snap, no play is a great way to slow down an aggressive defense. And if you're blitzing everybody, so only takes one person to come across that line of scrimmage. That's going to give him 5 yards on 3rd and 6.
And in games like this, penalties can cost you a game. You know, it's good they're coming early, but down the line, penalties can affect the ball game. Direct snap to Cromer. He bulldozed his way forward. Looks like he picks up the first down.
You know, that's not an easy task for the offensive line for the Sharks, because it's the D line that's coming. It's the linebackers that's blitzing. The safeties are lining up inside the 5-yard lines there. I mean, it's a lot of people, a lot of bodies.
Not only are the Sharks moving the chain, another direct snap to Cromer. He bulldozed his way forward.
Like he's in.
I don't know if he's got it.
Looks like he's in.
And he's in for the touchdown. So not only were they bulldozing their way down the field, but they also was eating up quite a bit of clock.
Yeah, let's check out the Care 1 instant replay. What he does here is he gets to the middle of his offensive lineman and puts his hand on their back and falls forward into the end zone. That's his 7th touchdown on this season.
And like we said, this game is going to be won and lost in those trenches. And right now, the Sharks has the trenches winning right now.
Yeah, buddy. They are, like you said, eating up some yards.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize again for that delay. Lightning was in the area, so obviously we're going to take the safety of the players seriously. But we're now back to action. We've got our main camera up. We're working on getting our field camera back up and running, but we might have to start off the reset here with just our main camera. So we're going to take it up to the booth now for Abe and Paul. Boys, take it away.
Will, thank you. And I am so glad this rain delay is over, but it is still raining, but the teams are both coming back out on the field at this time. So it might be a run fest coming up, Paul.
Yeah, well, it already looked like it started this party. So, we got 22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And, Springstead had the ball probably for about 7 plays so far. And they did score, put up themselves 6-0 here. But Nature Coast has had the ball since, and they're just chewing up the clock and chewing up the yards there. And it was all pretty much on the ground there with the 3-headed monster of Elwin, Harvin, and Gaynor.
Well, it seemed like Coach Cass was getting very comfortable with that package because it was a very tough situation where they were on their side of the 50-yard line, and he decided to go for it on 4th down, and they were able to get it. And from there, they continued to sustain the drive and just pounding the ball down the field. And as you say, they went from the bulldozer to the Bobcat. And right now, the Bobcat was working and has, the Sharks down to the 15-yard line.
So we're going to go ahead and get it going here. Sharks got the ball. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Sharks. And they're back in traditional set now with Jackson Hoyt back there. There's the handoff. Elwin picks up maybe about 2 on that. Run off the right side there.
Paul, I know they recently got Elwin back. He was out due to injury. I'm unsure what type of injury he has, but he seemed like an explosive back coming out of the backfield, especially when they had that Bobcat formation. Now just getting the ball from Jackson Hoyt in the shotgun formation. He immediately hit the ball, and guess what? That is the end of the first quarter, where we have Springstead Eagles leading the Sharks 6-0. So let's go ahead and we'll bounce it back and try to get you guys the starting lineup.
So we'll go ahead and show the Divinity Mid-Spa starting lineup for the Nature Coast Sharks. Actually, it's going to be Springstead with Martinez, Marcazio, Davis, Echeverry, and you saw it. Up front, we got Davis, Hupker, Jones, Cheney, and Clarkson. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Eagle defense. It's Clarkson, Johns, Tucker, and Thoreau. Linebackers going to be James, Williams, and Hicks. And then the secondary is rounded up by Davis, Pastrana, Echeverria, and Macazio. So we're going to go ahead and kick off here and start off the second quarter here. Sharks still driving down the field here. It's going to be second and correction. It's going to be third down and about 9 at the Springstead 14-yard line. Looks like the officials are trying to make sure the spot is right, make sure the down marker is correct. So even though Nature Coast went back to the traditional set there, Abe, it looks like they're still going to be getting a healthy dose of LJ Elwin here. So there's a snap. Handoff goes to Elwin. He's going to go around the right side. Broke a couple tackles. Picks up about 5 or 6 on that play. So that'll bring up fourth down and about 3.
Paul, I know Elwin is a transfer in, and he is really running very explosive around that right side of the field. Whenever he touched the ball, he's a good downhill runner with some speed.
Yeah. So they're going back to that Bobcat formation with Gaynor beat back there. There's a snap directly to him. He's fighting for the extra yards. It's going to be close. Looks like he might have got the line to gain there. Needed to get it up to about the 5. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Sharks. Correction, first down and goal for the Sharks. It's Springstead's 5-yard line. So Gaynor back deep in that Bobcat. There's a snap. He's looking to the right. He cuts it back up the middle. Taken down there by Dalton Williams.
And that direct snap to Gaynor looks like he was trying to find a hole on the right side of the field, and he immediately hit the hole and was able to pick up approximately 2.5 yards on that carry.
So second and goal. There's a snap. Takes it up the middle. That's Elwin. He's still fighting. And they're going to call it a touchdown, Sharks. So Elwin takes it up the right-hand side. Take a look at the Care 1 Eastern replay, Abe.
Direct snap to Elwin. He goes around the right side. He cuts back. He pounds his way in the middle. It looks like the Eagles had him wrapped up, but he kept his feet moving because he smelled end zone, and he was able to get in the end zone for the Sharks. And then they had a little dance by number 77 in the end zone with Elwin after the touchdown.
So Matthew Candelay is going to be coming out to try the extra point attempt. There's a snap. The kick is up. Yep. So Nature Coast takes the lead here. It's the start of the second. So it'll be Nature Coast 7, Springstead 6, and we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
One of the the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
So we're back here. 10:42 left to go here in the half. Sharks on a nice little scoring drive. They definitely ate up a lot of the clock there on that last drive. And
Paul, it looks like the rain is coming down again. Once again, for you viewers that are at home, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network, who's bringing you this game in the rain. Giving a shout out to our camera crew who's still out there and being able to give shots out to each and every one of you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button.
so Matthew Shankle is going to go ahead and kick it off. Tries a little short kick, going to be taken. Oh, it's dropped there by Springstead. It's recovered by the Sharks. That bounced off the chest of number 99, Lucas Bridges. Picked up by the Sharks there, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Great field position again for the Sharks.
You know, Paul, I know it's raining outside, and I know those are plays that you don't want to have happen. You know, but unfortunately, the Sharks were able to capitalize on that fumble ball on that side.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of those. You know, Springstead tried that kickoff twice. You know, a little short kick, and Coast just because of this rain and the ball being wet there. So Jackson Hoyt is man in motion. That's Harvin. Harvin's going to take it up the middle. Picks up about 6 yards on that, 5 yards.
So, Paul, it looked like the Sharks came out in a 4-wide formation, and then they handed it off to Harvin as he hit the hole up the middle, and it wasn't a good 1-2 punch. He got 1, 2, 3 and was able to get at least 5, 6 yards out of that carry.
Yeah, this weather here with the rain like it being it is, you know, you're not going to see too much passing going on, I don't believe, for this evening. Like you said, you know, there's going to be a lot of running the ball here tonight, so it'll be 2nd and 5. There's the snap, handoff. Nope, fakes the handoff. Jackson Hoyt, he's going to take it himself. He's going to get the first down. Nice hard run there by Jackson Hoyt on the QB option.
So in this Care One instant replay, if you look, they were in a 4-wide set. They had Harvin in motion. Once they had him in motion, Hoyt faked like he was giving Harvin the ball, and then he took it for a quarterback direct snap sneak, and he was able to pick up 6, 7 yards on that play to get them a first down.
That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Sharks at the Springstead 34-yard, 36-yard line.
Looks like they're going to stay in that 4-wide set.
Going to be a flag on that. It's going to be delay a game.
I believe they might have called a timeout. Nope, delay.
Yeah, they're going to move them back 5.
It looked like the Sharks coaches were running on the field trying to call a timeout, but they were already penalized.
So 1st and 15. Harvin in motion. Oh, high snap. Hoyt just throws it. He was under severe pressure there by number 55, Andrew Clarkson for the Eagles. Did a little scrambling, hit the button. Just tried to check it over to number 2, Tim Gaynor, and
that was a risky play, Paul. You know, especially with the rain coming down, the ball being wet, the field being wet. It was a little risky. Especially a game like this, Jackson Hoyt got to make sure he making smart plays on the offensive side.
Yeah, that'll go down as an incomplete pass there, so be 2nd and 15. There's the handoff immediately taken down. That was Elwin on the run. He was brought down in the backfield, lost about a yard on that.
He was met immediately by defensive lineman number 72 for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's Elijah Moore. So the Sharks, who started off in pretty good field position, had a couple good runs and a little bit of a stall here. So that'll bring up about 3rd and 16. 2 wide to the left, single back in the back. There's a snap. Hoyt looking. Takes the pass. Brought down by the host of Eagles. Again, Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore and Jaden James having a meeting.
Looked like that was led by number 8, Mikael Toralt. Looks like the Sharks will be punting this one away.
Yep, it's going to be 4th and very long for the Sharks.
So, Paul, you got to give it to the Eagles defense for being able to hold the Sharks, especially after they got the ball in great field position on that fumble kickoff.
So here's the punt from Dakota Mitchell. He gets a nice punt off there. Takes a nice bounce. Oh, it dies right there. Oh, it's brought into the end zone, but he touched it down at about the 3. So they're going to give it to him at the 3. Heck of a good punt there by Dakota Mitchell.
Right now, special teams are making special plays, Paul.
Special teams always got to make special plays, Abe.
And that's why we call them special. So let's see how the Eagles respond off of the Sharks touchdown.
Yeah, they got a long way to go. Again, this offense has only been out on the field for a very short period of time, for about 7 plays. So there's a snap. Taking it up to the right-hand side, cuts back over the middle. Picks up about 8 yards. That was number 2.
Look like the Sharks got 2 players down.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and take a little time out here with 7:09 left to go here in this first half. Sharks are up 7-6 over the Eagles. We'll be back. So we're back here. A couple of those injured Sharks players going ahead and walking it off by themselves. So the Eagles will have 2nd and short. 2nd and about 2, 3. So they have Connor Macazio in the backfield, lined up next to Gino Martinez. Macazio in motion. Martinez is going to take it himself. He's going to go up the right side. Hits a good block there. Brings it up to about the 17-yard line, so that'll be a first down for the Eagles.
So, Paul, it looked like Martinez is being patient and waiting for his line to make that initial push as he follows his blocking. He's not immediately – he's being patient coming out that backfield as he follows his blocks. Then he's finding a gap, and then he's making his yards after he gets past the secondary. Picks up another first down for the Eagles.
There's Martinez looking to the right. Flares it out over to Macazio. Macazio brings it up about the 26-yard line. Going to be close to a first down.
This Care One instant replay. Macazio drops back. Quick out to Macazio. Shakes. Then he's knocked out of bounds.
So they're going to go ahead and call officials timeout for another water break. And we're going to go ahead and take a break ourselves here. So with the Sharks still up 7-6, we'll be back.
Hey there, Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
So we're back here. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Martinez is going to take the direct snap himself, fighting them. Brings it up to about the 30-yard line.
So, Paul, the Eagles switched it up a little bit. They came out in trips to the left side of the field, single receiver on the right. And the quarterback just kept the ball, again, being patient, following his lineman and going straight up the gut. Picked up about 2.5, 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, it'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. So Martinez got Jaden James with him in the backfield. There's a snap. Fake handoff to James. Goes over to number 2, Davis. Davis brings it up to about the 34-yard line. So he picked up about another 3 yards.
So the Eagles lined up again in that trips package with a single receiver on the right side of the field. And the field general immediately hit Tyree Davis in a little hitch. Davis was able to pick up a good 2-3 yards on the catch and play.
So 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. They got 3 receivers on the right. Ocasio in the backfield next to Martinez. There's a snap. Martinez looking to the left. Flares it out over to Marcasio. He gets the first down. Nice little spin move. He's going down the left-hand side. He's got some speed. Steps out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. But a nice pickup there by the Eagles and a nice little flare pass.
So on this Carry One instant replay, you can see shotgun formation. Martinez dropped back. A little hitch pass to Ocasio. Ocasio makes his check move. Then he has some blocking leading him down the field. Then he eventually taken out of bounds. Looked like they brought the ball back to the 45-yard line. So he must have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles in Nature Coast territory. There's a snap. Ocasio looking, patiently looking. Brings it up. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage there by a frenzy of Sharks. Led by number 20 and number 14. That's Rodney Jones and Ilian Vidal. So the officials got to go ahead and swap out the ball here.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, we're going to have our senior spotlight, which will be featuring number 4, Connor Macasio. So make sure at halftime you check it out. And if you miss it tonight, you can always come back to Gulf Coast Sports Network and check him out. So the senior spotlight for tonight is number 4, Connor Macasio.
And don't forget, viewers, to like, comment, and subscribe. So the Eagles got the ball at about the 40. There's a snap. This is James. James goes up the middle, brings it over to the about the 34-yard line, so that should be enough for the first down.
Paul, it looks like right now what's happening is the Eagles are getting the Sharks confused because they're coming in the 4 wide formation, then they'll go into the trips formation, and this time they came into the spread backfield in shotgun formation, and they're pounding the ball in various ways right now, which has got the Eagles on their heels. But then we have a penalty, and I'm quite sure.
Yeah, that's Caleb Johns got a little bit of a head start on that one.
And I'm quite sure Coach Garofano, is going to talk to that young man about that because right now they had the momentum going forward, especially with the plays that they were sending in, and the offensive line is starting to get a push on this Shark defense.
So 1st and 15. James and Dalton Williams are in the backfield. There's the snap. Handoff goes to James. Gets around the left side, dodges one tackle. Here comes another one. He still breaks it. Makes a negative into a positive and picks up about 9 yards on that run.
Like you say, Paul, Jaden James was around on this Care One instant replay. Just watch this young man footwork. He takes the ball, he's going around the left side, he twists, spins, he spins around another guy, he cut to the outside, and then he had a little bit of daylight, but he ran out of real estate, out of bounds.
So the Eagles will be looking at 2nd and 7 now. 3:33 left to go in the half. Macazio back in the backfield. There's the snap. There's the fakes the handoff. Martinez is going to keep it himself. He's going to go around the right side. Got a good block on the outside. He's got a little bit of daylight. He's out to about the 12-yard line, 13-yard line.
It was a nice run, but it looks like it's some laundry on the field.
Yeah, got a holding there.
So in this Care One instant replay, he was going around the right side. You got to let that guy go once he gets past you, but apparently he held on to him, and the referees called holding on the Eagles, which is going to bring that back.
Well, they actually got 51 Johns on that play when he was coming across. It looks like he went ahead and grabbed one of the linemen that were running, floating towards Martinez, and kind of pulled him back a little bit. So
Martinez had some nice vision as he was making his way around the right side. And then if you look at the Eagles offense, when you see players, the quarterback and running backs going downfield, you also see the linemen and receivers are continuing downfield blocking. And that's something you want.
yeah. So 2nd and 8. Snap. Martinez looks over the middle. Fires across the middle, a little bit long.
Not sure what happened on that play, Paul, but it looked like Martinez had a little bit of time, but not sure if some receivers ran the wrong route. But if you check out this instant replay, Care One, he dropped back. He has plenty of times, and he puts the ball in the air, unsure of what happened with the receiver and quarterback communication.
Well, also too on that play, Brandon Hopker was about 25 yards downfield blocking for the receiver, so there could have been a flag on that one. But they're going to go ahead and set it up at 3rd and 8. Martinez goes ahead and dumps it over to Echeverria. Is immediately brought down. Looks like he about maybe lost a yard. They're going to give it back to him at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be actually going to lose a yard, so it's going to be 4th and 9 for the Eagles. So this drive with the penalty and miscommunication on the pass there has kind of shot themselves in the foot, so let's see what Coach Garofano is going to dial up here.
So it's 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter on this rainy Friday Night Lights. We got the Eagles looking to try to get this first down. Four wide set.
There's the snap. Martinez, a little bit of pressure on the right. He's got a little man open there. Oh, nice play there by number 4, Tyree Jackson. Oh, but that's going to cost them there. A little bit of that taunting at the end. That pass was intended to number 7, Raul Maldonado.
Check out this instant replay with Care One. Martinez dropped back. He puts the ball in the air, and you see great defensive play. Able to knock his hand down, as well as the ball.
That could have been Trent Montgomery there, too, number 3 on that one there. That got the penalty, picked up the penalty for Sharks. So
unsportsmanlike.
So for the unsportsmanlike penalty, it's going to go ahead and give the Eagles another shot here.
what's happening is a lot of these referees, in order to keep the game calm and keep, especially rival games, they like to make sure that these players are not, giving the extra talking or anything like that. So they're going to immediately throw a flag. It could be the smallest thing, but these guys are going to throw the flag just to stay consistent with that. And right now that hurt the Sharks because the Sharks had the Eagles stopped.
Well, they're going to call that a post possession foul on that. So the Sharks will get the ball. Ball move back to about the 20, correction, about the 18-yard line. So the Sharks will go ahead and start deep in their own territory. There's a snap. Elwin takes it around the right-hand side, breaks a couple tackles. Maybe picked up about a half a yard on that. Brought down by number 11, James Hicks.
Now, Paul, it looked like they had him dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to spring himself around the corner and at least pick up 2 yards on that play.
Well, they're actually going to mark him back at the original line of scrimmage. So,
But while that play was going on, the chains were still moving.
it'll be 2nd and 10.
And they still moving the chains.
And they are. There goes the handoff. It's going to take it around the right-hand side. That's just here, Harvin. So it's going to be 3rd down. Maybe picked up about 3 on that. Nope, picked up about 2. Stepped out about the 20-yard line. So 3rd and 8 for Nature Coast with 1:19 left. So Jackson Hoyt with Jasir Harvin lined up behind him. And they got the Eagles to jump here, so it's going to be a free 5 yards. So those are the kind of penalties the Eagles do not need to give the Sharks, because the Sharks got a little bit of bite in them tonight. Leading here 7-6 with 1:16 left to go.
And I'm sure Coach Garofano is going to take his team inside their locker room, and he's going to tell them right now, you guys are, even though it's raining, it had the rain delay, you're not playing Springstead football right now.
All right. Little handoff there to Harvin. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up 4th down.
The Eagles defense has stepped up because they haven't been able to run the ball like they were running successfully going into that second quarter like they were.
So the Eagles take a timeout here.
So let's go ahead and check out McMurdo's Family Vision Regional Scoreboard.
All right, so we're back here. It's going to be 4th and about the 5-yard line. Rain's coming down a little bit heavier now. Dakota Mitchell back to punt for the Sharks. There's a snap, low punt.
He was able to get it off.
Low snap. And they're going to throw a flag on that. There's a couple flags. And they're going to down it at about the Eagle 48. So, unnecessary penalty on that. Once again, it's going to walk the Eagles back. And that's the stuff that I'm talking about, Abe, about penalties that can be controlled, but yet they make poor judgment and poor decision on things that really didn't need to happen. And it's going to cost the team here. It's going to push them back 15 more yards. So So the Eagles went from decent starting for position at their own 48. And it's going to bring them back inside their own 35-yard line. So with about a minute left to go, Eagles are going to see if they can go ahead and get something here, get a couple points before halftime. They will get the ball at the start of the second half. And again, as we mentioned, the rain's starting to come down a little bit harder now.
So it looked like the Eagles are going to come out in that 4-wide set, Paul, with a single back.
Ocasio, oh, there's a snap. He fumbles. Martinez gets taken down in the backfield. Big Grant Lanning with a sack there.
And that sack came because he couldn't get ball control, and I'm quite sure the ball is really wet now.
Well, you think Nature Coast would have took a timeout there. And a little late on that. They are going to call a timeout now, but they let about 12 seconds run off the clock before they decided to do that.
So, Paul, we got 39 seconds remaining in the first half with the Sharks leading 7-6. Now, last year when we was in this game, the score was flipped. It was the Eagles leading 7 to the Sharks 6. So if the Sharks can hold them, we got a completely different ball game than what we expected.
Oh yeah, especially with the rain coming down like it is now. I mean, you're definitely talking about protecting the ball here, making sure that you get on keep your grasp on the ball. Just make sure they're going to be running the ball probably very frequently. I don't think you're going to be seeing too many passes at all in this rain. So,
and that's truly going to be a game played in the trenches.
So it's going to be 2nd and 17. There's the handoff to Marcasio. He's going to bring it back up the middle. Brings it up to about the 27-yard line. Nature Coast will go ahead and call another timeout with 32 seconds left.
So it looks like Nature Coast is trying to get the ball back. And I guess they want to do something before half. They got 31 seconds. It's third down and about 16, 17. The Eagles just trying to not give them great field position right now.
Well, that's what I was mentioning, the fact that the Sharks let about 12 seconds run off the clock, so before they called that first timeout, you'd think that they would have immediately called a timeout on a big loss there, because it was a loss of about 10, 12 yards on that. So, but that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Eagles. Sharks with 1 timeout left. So Martinez gets the ball, hands it off to Marcasio. Marcasio looks up the middle, immediately brought down. So that'll bring up 4th down, and the Sharks will use their last timeout with 26 seconds left.
The Sharks right now, their defense have settled down a little bit, and they're not giving up much runs right now. They're actually shutting them down in the middle. So their defensive line has stepped up and making some plays for the Sharks. Now it's 23 seconds remaining. It's 4th down. Do you punt?
Oh, you got to punt. You got to punt. You can't risk anything down here, especially in these conditions here. You get a fumble, Sharks turn their ball over deep in their own, Eagle territory there, and but you got to get the ball out. You got to, even if you get it beyond midfield, that's something that you got to look, because now they don't have any timeouts left.
Well,
you got 26 left.
Well, if I'm the Sharks defensive coordinator, we coming right now, because the luck of the ball slipping, going through his hands, something happening, I would be sending somebody. I have my one guy back deep, but I'm coming, trying to make something happen. But they look like they made a beautiful punt.
There's Maldonado with the punt. Harvin looking at it, and he's got to get away from that ball. So the Eagles will go ahead and down it there at about the 30. So
it looked like the Sharks may, and there's a flag on the field.
we got a flag. So we'll see what the flag is here. So we're still waiting for the official to determine what the flag is.
Hey, John, if you need to shut it down, go ahead and put it under the tent and you can get yourself a poncho too.
So it looks like it's going to be holding against the Eagles. Looked like it was declined. I'm not sure what the refs are doing.
Look like they're going to re-kick. They're going to back them up and they're going to re-kick.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but oh well. So they're going to go ahead and re-kick it, I guess. Maybe they are going to take the penalty. So yeah, it looks like maybe they did mark the penalty off, and they are going to go ahead and have him re-kick. So Mama will go ahead and try it again. Harvin back deep. Harvin's got to be careful that he doesn't fumble the ball deep here, because Springstead gets the ball down deep here. Why not go for a shot, you know? What do you got to lose?
Bill, you're our only camera that's up right now.
The officials are still trying to debate what exactly the call was on this. They moved the change before the call was made.
"15 seconds before half, and don't forget our senior spotlight, which would be number 4, Connor Macazio. So make sure you check that out.
And also stay tuned at the end of the game where we will announce the Glory Days player of the game. It's always exciting to figure out who's going to be that. So we'll go ahead and try this all over again. All right, there's the kick by Maldonado. Nice kick. Harvin floating over. Looks like it's going to take a bounce. He picks it up. Ooh, dangerous. It'll get tackled there at the 44-yard line with 6.4 seconds left to go in the half. So we got another penalty. And we'll see what this one is. Personal foul, roughing the kicker on the defense. So
they gave the ball right back to the Eagles. Paul, I must say, this is the longest 15 seconds in a rain game.
Yeah.
So that the Eagles can take a knee, and take it in and come back, because they're going to get the ball back. Yeah. You know, you don't want to do a play that you may regret. Take a knee, get your guys out the rain, take it in for halftime, and just play it safe. Unless you got one trick in your back pocket that you want to go ahead and use right now.
Well, Nature Coast got 3 guys deep, around the 40-yard line, so it's got to be a super sneaky trick, but I don't think so. So they'll go ahead and Macazio, he's going to take it up the middle, and that should pretty much run it out, and that'll be the end of the half there.
So with number 4, Connor Macazio, making that nice long run, and he's going to be our senior spotlight for tonight. So at halftime, it's Nature Coast 7, Springstead 6 in this Rain Bash bragging rights game. And we are at halftime, and we're going to send it back up to Will.
Thank you very much, Abe and Paul, for the first half call. We got a lot of rain, a lot of weather up here in Spring Hill, Florida tonight. And on top of that, we got ourselves one heck of a ball game and a major Hernando County rivalry game. 7-6 is our score. Welcome to GCSN at the half. Hope that you're going to enjoy the halftime show with us here tonight. Going to get things started. We're going to have our senior spotlight coming up, featuring senior Connor Macasio from Springstead. The running back's going to be giving us his insights on his journey. Then we're going to come back and get the regional game roundup for the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard before taking it back up to the booth with Abe Dowdell and Paul Smith for their halftime summary. All that is coming up next on GCSN at the half. It's halftime. 7-6 is your score. We'll be right back.
Hey there! Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
Playing football when I was 8 years old. I played for the Hurricanes. It was outside. Well, I played for outside league called SHAA. I was about 8 years old. I didn't start off as running back. I started off playing nose tackle. So probably during that season, we actually did win the championship. We won. I think we played the Bucks that year, if I can remember. And probably that was my actually first ever year scoring my very first touchdown, which was actually on a kickoff return. I was playing the front line. The ball bounced to me. I caught the ball. I just ran it to the end zone. And that's where it all started. My transition from Little League to middle school wasn't really too much of a big transition because I was already really used to football and all those changes and stuff. But 7th grade year was kind of iffy for me because I developed more skill, but it wasn't like 7th grade. I did start, but I played both ways. So I played offense and I played defense. And I wasn't running. I was actually fullback my 7th grade year. Had a little bit more meat on my body, and a little bit slower. But it was a great year. Had some good people, good friends, great team. But we made it all the way up to, I want to say, the playoffs, but we lost. I think it was 2-0 to Powell. Oh, yeah, and I played middle school ball at Explorer. And after the football season, I was looking forward to running track and playing basketball, but unfortunately, that was when COVID came around. So we couldn't. So they actually canceled the track season and basketball season, which kind of made me disappointed, but it's okay. Despite all that happened in 7th grade year, to be honest, it made me more pumped about 8th grade year football. I know I had to step up and be a leader, but I didn't really think of it as my team. I thought of it as teamwork, team effort, brotherhood, all that kind of things. Because I've been playing with the same guys since Little League football. But 8th grade year was a great, amazing year because we went undefeated that year. It was kind of a spread around effort. I scored every game. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I did score every game, and I actually did win MVP of that 8th grade year. But it was a great year. Played with a bunch of my friends. It was a amazing experience to end off my middle school year.
Initially, as a freshman, when he came in, unbelievably fast, talented, can catch, has the best hands on our team, not just the best runner, fastest player, but has the best hands. So we could put him in a lot of different positions. And the biggest thing that I noticed of him early on was just his breakaway speed. And initially, as a freshman on JV, he'd try and bounce everything to the outside and just run by everybody. So he had kind of as a sophomore, junior, we had to break him of that habit, like, hit the hole where it's intended, and then you could bust it out, So, but super talented, and we were excited to, when he came on campus.
So rolling into my freshman year, it was kind of a big adjustment because playing in middle school, you didn't have to be as much motivated. I think I would say you didn't have to show up this practice. I'm not gonna come to this practice. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. When it came to my freshman year, it was either you're at practice, you're at summer workouts, you're doing this, you're doing what the coach is telling you to do, you're developing the schemes, or you don't get on the field, you don't play. So I had to develop to that quick if I wanted to play and wanted to develop my football ability. So I did whatever I had to do to get onto that field, get that starting spot. I showed up every summer workout, showed up to practice with 100%, whether it came to conditioning, whether it came to drills, offensive spot, defensive spots, all that. I did it with 100%, so I had that spot on the field. And also, during that JV season, because I played on JV my freshman year, we did go undefeated again. We went 7-0. It was like another year playing football. Same guys I played with in middle school, just developing and having a great year our freshman year.
Connor's grown a lot since his freshman year. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's gotten his bench up to over 300 pounds. His squat's up there. His clean. He's really taken into the weight room and really trying to, put some muscle on him to for a couple reasons. Obviously to be able to get through the season, without injury, and also be able to run people over and add a different perspective to his game. Because as much as Connor likes to run around and race past people, he wants to run you over too. That's one thing that he's added to his game in this upcoming season.
Sophomore year, I got that starting varsity spot, which meant the world to me. I know how to jump to that bigger level, because JV and varsity is two completely different things. The speed, the physicality, the scheming, it's two completely different things. But starting on that sophomore spot, I know how to up my game. We had a great quarterback. We had a great squad overall. And probably throughout that season, the moment that I remember the most was when we played Nature Coast. And we were up. I scored the first touchdown of the game, which kind of sent the intensity, which just boosted my self-esteem. I'm not going to lie. But also I do remember the seam of the two middle linebackers, and I think it was about like a 50, 65-yard run. And it was just, I just felt everything behind me, heard the crowd in the background, just me running for that touchdown. And that was probably the most memorable moment of that season. But overall, we did have a amazing sophomore team. To be honest, I do miss that team, but I'm just looking forward to whatever comes next. So that sophomore year, we had a great team. We went 9-1, but that just made me want to do more for the junior year. Made me more hungrier. Made me wanted to take it to the next level even more. So throughout that year, we had some ups and downs. Probably losing to teams that we shouldn't have lost to, but we lost a lot of seniors from my sophomore year. The most memorable moment about that junior year was probably the Mitchell game, and we were lining up to do a double pass, and I seen that the receiver wasn't open, so I tucked the ball and ran, got a good amount of yards, and put us in scoring position. So we drove the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line, and I scored the game-winning touchdown and sealed the game with the W. Getting our get back from Mitchell the year before, and that really just, the whole team was pumped, crowd was pumped, and it was just a great feeling.
Connor is definitely the leader of our team. The kids look up to him. They see that not only is he a great player, but he also has tremendous work ethic. So he leads not only vocally, but by example, by working his butt off in the weight room, by not missing days. He hardly missed all summer. He didn't miss any spring. Like, he's there. You can count on him. I take attendance every day, and I don't even have to call his name. I know he's there. So he leads by example as well as vocally.
So now that it's my senior year, the goals that I want to set is that I wanted to surpass my previous amount of rushing yards, which was, I think, was 1,500. 1,500, yeah. And I had about, I think, 20-something touchdowns. But to be honest, I just want to surpass all my records that I set last year, all my stats I set last year. And the team itself, I want to take it all the way to the state championship, if I'm being honest. We need it. We need to get past that first round of the playoffs. We've been stuck in that first round of the playoffs, and it's not a good feeling to lose the first round of the playoffs. And I just expect that we go 9-1 regular season, make it all the way up to the Final Four, hopefully state championship, and I hope to roll in as much offers as I can.
It helps Connor out immensely to get on, to play, to run track. I guess you don't play it, but it helps him out tremendously. Just going through the training, going through the different drills and the different, circuits that they do out there. And it helps kind of prepare him for the season, because track kind of runs basically right into spring ball. So it's been a constant for him, going football, the track, the spring ball, and all that. So, and also having a different coach with a different set of eyes on him and a different perspective on things, that also helps.
Despite how much I love football, I also love running track. I run the 100, the 200, and the 4x1. And probably my most favorite thing about running track is going to different schools, running against, probably a lot of competition. I took it to districts freshman and sophomore year. I went to districts for my freshman and sophomore year, and I advanced it to states as well. And I think sophomore year, in the 100, I ran a 10.98, which was pretty good. I took that to states. Fortunately, came up short. So even though I love football, I also love being in the classroom, love getting my work done. I'm an AB honor roll student. I have a 3.5 GPA. And I take great pride when it comes to my classwork, getting stuff done on time, answering questions in the classroom, helping out other students, getting good grades on tests. But I take great pride when it comes to the field, but even more when it comes to the classroom.
The sky's the limit for Connor. Moving forward after his high school career, he could, he'll go on to play in college. I know he wants to do that. He has offers to do it at different places. So I could see him being a real attribute to any program that takes him, because of his work ethic, because of the type of person he is. He's not just a great player, but is an even better person, on the field, off the field. You could always count on him to do what's right and do the right thing. And
my dad's always there for me. He's coaching no matter what. He coached for me Little League, coached for me all the way up to middle school time. But they always pushed me to be a great athlete, pushed me to get to the next level. And I do remember that one time when I was a little kid, I almost stopped playing football. But my dad, great, I love my dad. He made me into the man I am today. But my dad, he was like, no, you have great talent. You have potential to get to the next level. You need to keep playing football. And I was like, okay, Dad, even though as much as I didn't want to, I did it anyways. And I also shout out to Coach Garofano. Coach Garofano has been pushing me to be great since freshman year. I think he came looking at me even before freshman year, 8th grade year. He's like, oh, yeah, this kid's going to be great.
Beyond football, because we all know football ends at some point, he's going to be a great husband, a great father, a great mentor, and a great earner, a great worker, like a great community member, someone that I'd be proud that, that came out of Springstead for sure.
It's my senior year. Eagle Country, let's ride.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
Gulf Coast Sports Network. Now we're going to check out the regional scores with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard. Okay, welcome back. We're about ready to get the second half started, so let's take it back up to the booth for Paul and Abe. Take it away, boys.
Oh man, Paul, this weather is still the same way. It's still raining, and we still got 2 quarters of football remaining.
Yeah, our windows are starting to fog up a little bit here, Abe. So excuse us if we miscall something here and there, but
But Paul, you know what's funny? I'm looking around and I see a lot of these fans have not left. Some have umbrellas, some are just taking this rain, and some are dancing in the rain.
yeah, we got a pretty good crowd here tonight. So Springstead's got this side of the stadium pretty much full. So Nature Coast will go ahead and kick off. Matthew Chancalay is going to be kicking back deep for Springstead. Looks like it's going to be Connor Macazio. There's a little short squib kick. Going to be taken by Dalton Williams. He's going to take it up to the left-hand side, maybe get up to about the 47-yard line. Brought out of bounds there by number 23 for Nature Coast. That's going to be Dakota Mitchell, the kicker.
So both coaches had an opportunity to speak to their teams at halftime. I'm quite sure they talked about penalties and unnecessary, plays that they did some things that they can clean up right now. Even though it's going to be a wet game, it's ball control. And it's all about ensuring that, you make sure you maintain that ball control. When you hit the hole, hold on to that ball. Because right now, this is where the ball will come out very easy.
So Martinez gets a snap. He's looking to the right. He's going to go ahead and take it or turn it upfield. He's going up in the middle. So he picks up about 12 on that play. Nice little run to start over here in the second half.
So Martinez made a nice quarterback keeper. And he went around the right side, and then he accelerated straight up the field, picked up the first down, and he made sure he secured that ball as he was going to the ground.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own correction at the Sharks 39. So Macazio in the backfield with Martinez. There's a snap, fakes the handoff. Martinez rolling to the right, looking. He gets hit pretty hard, throws it downfield. That was number 20 that was laying the hit there, Rodney Jones on Martinez. Pass intended looked like number 7, Raul Maldonado.
Now, on that play, Paul, as he rolled out, he had 2 guys open. I know he tried to get the ball to Maldonado, but he had Tyree Davis, floating to the flats with him, but he tried to hit the ball downfield a little further, and with the weather, it's going to be much, much difficult to pull that ball in. Yeah, and then he was under some pressure as he was throwing the ball.
Yeah, when you get those the wet ball like that, the wet balls have a tendency to get slippery when you try to grab them. So there's a direct snap again to Martinez. Ooh, he's hit immediately. Maybe got a yard.
Well, on that direct snap, Paul, it looked like he tried to shoot forward, but it looked like he tried to stop, to make a cut, but the ground was not breaking with him on that.
Yeah, it was Avian Jackson on the tackle. Yeah, you got to be careful, especially out here with the wet field like that. You're trying to make cutbacks and you have a tendency to slip. So, injuries could be at a premium here if they not too careful. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Trips to the right, single set on the left. Macazio in motion. Quick little flare out to Macazio. Immediately brought down by a host of Sharks. Maybe a yard on that, so that's going to bring up 4th down for the Eagles.
Paul, it looked like the left side of the Sharks defense is swarming right now. They are not letting anyone turn that corner. They are staying home, and they're protecting their sideline as well.
So that'll bring up, like you said, 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 10. So Martinez and Marcrazio in the backfield. There's the snap. Martinez looking. Fires it over the middle. It's number 3. Looks like he's going to take it up for the first down. He's got a little break on the left side. It's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles. That was Xylis Pastrana. Little crossing pass across the middle.
So check this gear one play. 4 wide set. Martinez drop back. Looked like Xylis was coming across the middle. Nice pass and catch. And he took it around the left side of the field and took it straight into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown with a quick strike.
Yeah, that was a simple little cross right there. Little 5-yard cross, and he turned it into a nice 35-yard touchdown. So that'll put the Eagles up 13-7 here. Looks like the Eagles probably. Oh, there's another flag. I'm not sure what the flag is for, but it's going to move the Eagles back. So the 2-point conversion is now going to be set at the 17-yard line.
Flag on the play. Some sort of extracurricular. Ball plays back at the 25, approaching the 20-yard line.
Oh, so they're going to go ahead and try for the extra point here. They're going to go ahead and tee it up. Maldonado, the snap. Oh, no, the wet ball. Looks like the holder couldn't get a hold of that wet ball there. Tried to grab the wet balls there, and that's going to be some flags for kicking the ball out of bounds, Maldonado. That's a mistake that, is not acceptable at all.
But I must say that was a great pass from Gio Martinez to number 3, Xylis Pastrana. As he caught the ball, he stayed in stride, and he made his way around the left side of the field and just dashed down. He had some nice speed going down the sideline. Now, it's a difficult catch in the rain, so being able to throw the ball, catch the ball, and then get great yards after catch was a difference maker in that play.
Yeah, you got the yak there, Abe. So Springstead will go ahead and get the unsportsmanlike conduct for Maldonado kicking the ball out of the bounds after the botched snap there. So the Eagles be kicking from their own 25. So again, it's going to make it 12-7 the Eagles. These are the kind of, the penalties again, Abe, that they're unnecessary, unneeded. And again, now, you just put the ball in the end zone, and now you're going to go ahead and give the Sharks possibly some good field position to start here, their drive here in the second half. So they try that little squib kick again, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds.
Ball is kicked out of bounds at the 45-yard line of the Sharks.
So the Sharks will go ahead and get the ball. Looks like it's going to be at the
You come here. I'm going to stand up.
Indication is some sort of false start on the kickoff.
So it's going to be 47-yard line for the Sharks here. First and 10. Bobcat formation. Elwin deep. There's a snap. Elwin takes it to the right. Immediately hit there. Nice tackle there by number 5, Jaden James. They're going to give it to him back at the line of scrimmage. The original line to gain there. Going to bring up second and 10 now for the Sharks.
Well, the way that play just ran, it seemed like number 5 for the Eagles, Jaden James, he knew the play. He was immediately there, and he was immediately wrapped up. He didn't just hit him, he wrapped him up and took him down, because LJ has been making plays all night for the Sharks, especially out of this Bobcat formation.
There's a snap again. He's going to take it to the right. This time he's going to get about 8 yards. No, he keeps fighting, so should be enough for the first down. So that extra effort again by Elwin there, he picks up enough for the first down.
Now it looks they bring Gaynor back into the game.
So first and 10 for the Sharks. Snap to Gaynor. Goes up to the left side. Picks up about 4 on that play. 3 on that play. So Nature Coast's been very methodical with their running this evening, and it's definitely paying off for them. But again, a couple bad penalties shot themselves in the foot a couple times, but they definitely, they've had their running game going pretty well all night. So second and 8, snap to Gaynor, looking up the middle. Got a little bit of a hole there. Picks up about 3. Brought down by Tyrion Tucker.
Look like the Sharks' offensive line is giving enough of a push for these running backs that's coming out of the backfield at full speed to at least get 2-3 yards after that initial contact. And as we preached all, this game is going to be played in those trenches.
So this is going to be Harvin's going to go around the right-hand side. He's the smaller of all 3 of those backs there, and but he's got pretty good speed there. Picks up about maybe 2 yards on that. So that'll bring up 4th down and about 2.
Now it looked like as he tried to come around that outside, he was immediately met by the cornerback, number 2, Tyree Davis, as well as number 27, Dalton Williams, who immediately made sure they locked on to him and knocked him out of bounds.
Looks like the Eagles got a little bit of a jump start on that. See what the flag is. Not sure what the refs know.
Check out the Care One instant replay. Well, it looked like the nose guard was about to come across the line, but then the offensive lineman that shouldn't be trying to be a referee tried to jump up and point, and now he was actually called for being offsides. So sometimes you got to let the referees ref the game, and you just play your game and play your position, because right now you just hurt your team because you thought of what you saw was a first down. I mean, as a player jumping offside, but it's not.
Yeah, makes you go from a 4th and 2 now to a 4th and 7. Nature Coast coach is not happy at all with that call. So now
Looks
they're
like
going to go ahead
call timeout.
Timeout. So with that timeout there, we'll go ahead and take a timeout with 6:38 left to go here in the third. Springstead 12, Nature Coast 7. We'll be back.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been golf usually weekly. play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do, and Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
Hey there! Have you heard about Ron Schuster Pest Control? They've been serving the Nature Coast since 1983 and are experts in keeping your home and lawn pest-free. Give them a call at 352-683-4003 to schedule your appointment. Remember, when it comes to lawn treatments, the grass is always greener at Ron Schuster Pest Control.
All right, so we're back here with the Sharks. Going to go ahead and try and go for it here on 4th and 7.
Looks like Hoyt's back there in the game. Shotgun formation.
It's going to be set up traditional. There's a snap. Takes the handoff. Immediately brought down there. Oh, he gets the ball off. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. They're not going to call it in the grass. But that was a nice play there by number 6, Terry and Tucker, and number 5, Jaden James there. Had a little meeting again at the quarterback. Hoyt tried to go ahead and get rid of that ball.
Check out this replay.
Yeah.
The end of the replay showed you where the Sharks were trying to make a play, but was unable to make a play, especially due to these field conditions.
So it'll be a turnover there on downs. Eagles will get the ball at their own 37. Macazio in motion. Martinez looks, fires across the middle, knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Martinez's pass, tipped at the line, ball incomplete, brings up second down.
Grant Lanning had his big paw up there knocking that ball down. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Here's a snap. Takes the handoff. Martinez goes out to the right. Nice little play there by Pastrana.
Looked like another catch by number 3, Zylis Pastrana. Seems like right now, that is the hot receiver for the Eagles right now. Check out this Carolina instant replay. Catches it, makes a man miss. Then he dashes around the right side, and then he's knocked out of bounds.
So it should be enough for the first down, maybe. You got a injured player maybe on the sideline. I guess so. That's what the holdup is. Yeah, he looks like he just caught a cramp over there on the far sideline. So we're going to go ahead and take a water break here. With 6 minutes left to go, we'll take a break here. Eagles up 12-7 over the Sharks. So we'll be back.
For the past 5 years, I haven't ran because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that relief, and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
All right, we're back in action.
Yeah, it'd be 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. I guess apparently he must have stepped out of bounds at about the 45, so The handoff to Macasio. He goes up the middle. He'll get enough for the first down there. Picks up about 5.
Connor McCasio, the ball carrier, scampers out near the 50-yard line.
So Paul, it looked like it was a quick handoff to Macasio. Macasio immediately hit the middle of that line, and he pushed it far enough to get himself another first down. And the Eagles continue to march down the field. 5 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Nose of the ball placed on the 50-yard line. First and 10, Eagles.
So first and 10 for the Eagles at midfield. Macasio, nope. Martinez going long down the right-hand side. Good coverage down there by number 3 for Nature Coast, Trent Montgomery. Pass intended to Echeverria.
Brings up second down and 10.
Looked like the Eagles line is giving Martinez plenty of time, but it was side by side going down that sideline with the receiver and the cornerback to where he was on him to where that pass was just not going to be there.
So second and 10. Quick little flare out to the left. Cuts back up the middle. That's Tyree Davis. Looks like he lost about 2 on that one.
It was a quick screen pass to Davis, but apparently the Sharks already knew about that play and was able to swarm over there and keep Davis from making any quick moves to get downfield. And like you say, he lost a yard or 2 on that play.
So third down and 12 for the Eagles.
Ball placed at the 48. Third down and 12.
There's the handoff to Macasio. He looks up the middle. Immediately brought down. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Right now, Paul, the Sharks defense is protecting that line of scrimmage right now and not allowing Springstead to turn that corner or to push it up the field. So you got to give credit to the Sharks defense right here because they stopped the momentum of the Eagles on that play.
So Maldonado will go ahead and punt it. Back deep for the Sharks is Avion Jackson.
Punt the ball away for the Eagles. Number 1 for the Sharks, ready to receive.
Well, the center's, with the wet balls out there, the center's got to make sure that the snap is going to be good. A little bit low. Maldonado's going to decide to take it. He's going to run it. Doesn't look like he's going to get the first down. Brought down.
On the fake punt, the ball
Nice play there by number 11 for the Sharks, Zyron McCullough.
Nature Coast takes over.
So Nature Coast will go ahead and take over first and 10 on the Eagles 45.
Now McCullough made a great play over there on that for the Sharks by staying home and maintaining his lane and being able to keep that runner from coming around the outside on that fake punt attempt.
Well, it looks like Coach Garafano's going to go ahead and put all his trust on his defense because to try to run that ball on 4th and 12, a little questionable, but Harvin immediately brought down. Oh, nice hit there by Tyree Davis.
Timothy Gaynor, number 2, the ball carrier.
Tyree Davis did a man on a mission.
Check out this Care One instant replay. That Bobcats formation. They start stringing him out to the outside, and that Tyree Davis just came in and made a nice hit, and he drove with his legs. He didn't just make the hit and stop. He made the hit and drove his legs as well.
That's how you tackle, Abe. He actually had a chance if he would have just kept going right up the middle there. I think he might have got a little daylight. And here's Elwin. He gets some yards back for the Sharks. He picks up about 5. So that should be about 3rd and 8.
Look like the Sharks again trying to get LJ Elwin moving somehow with his offense. The ball is up high.
Yeah.
He's still making a move. He's still on his feet, still trying to make a move. Flags on the play.
And another flag.
Tackle for loss in the backfield. Flag on the play at the end of the play.
Yeah, another high snap there by Elwood. He tried to control it. Tried to make a little something out of nothing, but
And I got to give credit to Elway on that play. You're right. The ball was snapped very high. He was able to catch it, maintain it. Then he came down, and then he was fighting for some yards. He was trying to do something, trying to make a play for his team. And the flag is waved off.
Flag has been picked up. No flag on the play.
so that'll bring up 4th and very long
Marked back into Nature Coast territory at the 49
for the Sharks. I'm going to call it about 4th and 16. Looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit there. So Dakota Mitchell will be back to punt. Dalton Williams and Shadiel Echeverria back deep.
On their own 49, left to punt the ball away.
There's a snap. And another penalty. They're going to call it delay of game with the snap intimate.
It's going to back the Sharks up.
I think the coach is questioning the official on why they're throwing a flag when the snap is just about to happen. So, but that'll back them up 5.
Call was delay of game. 5-yard penalty. Nature Coast to punt the ball away.
There's a snap. Low snap. Goes right through Mitchell's legs. He's just going to fall on it, and the Eagles will have a great field position, 1st and 10 at the Sharks 15.
Now, Paul, that was a big play for the Eagles, and a play that really hurt the Sharks right now when their defense had been out there on the field and was able to maintain this team from going down the field and score. So now you give the Eagles, with the type of offense they have, the quick bursty backs, the nice arm of Martinez, and right now his hot guy, number 3, Pastorana, you're giving a golden opportunity for the Eagles to capitalize on this turnover.
Yeah. So Martinez will have Dalton Williams and Jaden James in the backfield. The handoff will go to James. James looking around the left-hand side. He's got a block downfield. Nice block there by number 9. And that's going to be in for a touchdown. But they're going to go ahead and call a flag on there. They're going to say that's going to be holding on the receiver on the outside.
Check out the Carolina instant replay. Quick handoff to number 5. He found the lane round the left side of the field. Cuts up, dives into the end zone, but it looked like it was brought back due to holding on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Stanina. They're going to get him on the hold out there. So positive yards turns into negative yards, and the Eagles will go ahead and try it again.
So, Paul, right now they're expecting run.
Ball placed on the 15-yard line.
That little slant is wide open.
There's the snap. Handoff again to James, who decides to go up the middle with it. Picks up about 2-3 yards.
James takes the ball to the middle of the formation.
So that'll bring up 2nd down at about 6 yards.
Brings up 2nd down for the Eagles.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the rain is let up some, And, like you said, Abe, that little cross across the middle there to Pastrana has worked a couple times this evening. So the only thing, you got a short field situation here, so you don't have that big opening back behind the linebackers there. So there's a snap, and it's going to
Hands
go
off to Macazio. He tried to turn the corner. Another flag.
Connor Macazio, the ball carrier, takes the ball near the 10-yard line, brings up third down as it stopped at 45 seconds.
On the secure one instant replay, Martinez quickly hands off to Macazio. He immediately met by a host of Sharks. And they get face mask, so that means that's going to move them. It's going to be first and goal.
So, like you said, Dave, that'll set up first and goal now for the Eagles at about the 8.
Now, normally what happened on this, when the Eagles get into the red zone, normally Tyree Davis will come in and go up under center and do the quarterback sneak, or he'll hand it off.
First and goal for
Well, there he is, Abe. You called for it. There's a snap, and it goes to James, and hey, we got another penalty.
Flag on the play before the snap.
Looks like a false start on the Eagles.
False start on the Eagles. We'll back it up 5
So there
yards.
wasn't too many penalties in the first half, Abe. Towards the latter part of the second quarter, they started raining some more flags out here, and it's been flag fest again here in the second
Did you really
half.
say raining some flags? You trying to add to the weather? This is ball time. This is where they got a ball. This is where they have to be competitive, be smart.
And we're going to have a timeout, it looks like, for the Sharks.
Timeout called by the Sharks.
So with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a timeout. Let's throw it over to the McMurdo Vision Family Scoreboard.
All right, we're back, and it looks like the Eagles are knocking on the door. And we'd like to thank each and every one of you for staying tuned in to Gulf Coast Sports Network while we were in that rain delay. And with all this rain that's going on, I want to send a special shout out to John McMurdo and Bill Lizer for doing a great job on those cameras while it's out there raining, and they're trying to make sure you guys get the shots you need for you guys that were able to stay at home and watch this game.
So the ball comes loose. Martinez tried to cut it back up the middle. Looks like the Eagles went ahead and got on top of that there. So they'll still have the ball, second down and goal at about the 6-yard line. About 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Looks like it's about 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And it looks like they're going to go ahead and run out the rest of this
Clock is
quarter here.
running down. Looks like the Eagles will let that go to the end of the quarter.
So going into the fourth quarter, the Eagles are up 12 to your Nature Coast Sharks 7. And right now we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Cheerleaders invite you to get Footloose.
first down? It looked like he gave him first down.
Lined up on the 6-yard line. Your Eagle.
So here we go. There's snap. Going to take it right up the middle. That's a touchdown with Gio Martinez.
Check out that instant replay. Ocasio in shotgun formation gets the ball, and he immediately goes right up the gut, right behind number 61, as he leads him into the end zone for a touchdown for the Eagles.
There's Martinez. Martinez on that. So
Gio Martinez.
that'll put the Eagles up 18-7 here to start the fourth. They're going to go ahead and try again for the extra point.
Check that. Getting into kicking formation as Maldonado.
So Maldonado will go ahead, line it up. There's the snap. Kick is up. It's good.
And it is good.
So that'll put the Eagles up 19-7. With 11:53 left to go in this game. So the Sharks are down on a little bit of a hole now. Down by 2 scores. It might be a little bit time now that I guess maybe Jackson Hoyt might have to start throwing the ball a little bit more. But again, in these conditions, you know, you got the wet balls out there. It's going to be hard for him to grasp. So we'll have to see.
You know, Paul, with the way this weather is going, the fields are holding up very good. So we got to give a shout out to Hernando County Athletic Turf Crew Department for making sure this field look the way it looks and is not maintaining water, is not flooding or anything, especially having this rain the entire first half and second half of this game.
Well, I will say this, Abe. Those mud spots on the field did not fare well just now for Mr. Maldonado, who slipped on the kickoff. So the Sharks again will get good field position to start here. It's going to be at Springstead 43-yard line. It's an unfortunate thing. I don't think I'd be teeing up right in the middle of a mud hole. I'd probably maybe put it on some grass, but
As a result of the play, the ball is down.
so Sharks now will go ahead and have an opportunity here, see if they can counter. 19-7. There's the snap. Elwin. Hoyt takes it himself. Tries to make a slide there, and imagine that an official throws a flag on this. What is he going to call?
On that play, it looked like Jackson Hoyt was taking it up the field. He was going to slide, and then he was hit by one of the Eagles player. Looked like he's trying to say it was targeting.
I'm not sure. Looks like a cross between a target and a face mask call on that one, Abe.
All on the play was some sort of personal foul, it looks like.
So they'll go ahead and call it a first down. They'll replay the first down here. There's a snap. Throws to the right. He's got a man open. Oh, it's intercepted. The Eagles pick it off.
Look like Tyree Davis.
That was Tyree Davis. Absolutely.
Near the 7-yard line.
So Jackson Hoyt takes the ball. He drops back. He puts the ball in the air. Nice play by Tyree Davis with the interception. He put himself in a great position to catch that ball. It was almost as if he was running the route as Hoyt put the ball in the air.
That was tough for Jackson there on that play there. He had the defender right in his face. try to get the ball off in these conditions too. So, and we have another flag. I'm going to say that's probably going to be on the Nature Coast sideline there.
Springstead has an interception, 3 tackles for loss.
So we're waiting to see what the flag was. The officials again are huddling and trying to discuss what to call on this. So it will be against Nature Coast, unsportsmanlike. It's going to be on the sideline there. So the Eagles will go ahead. Not only did they get the interception on that, they improved their field position because of the penalty. So the Eagles will go ahead and have the ball 1st and 10 at about the 23-yard line. So the Eagles will go ahead and shift Davis in. Marcuzio in the backfield next to Martinez. There's the handoff to Marcuzio. Marcuzio.
Fumble, looked like it was a fumble.
Yeah, immediately.
Ball carrier fumbled the ball, recovered by the Sharks. Near the 25, Nature Coast, 1st and 10.
So again, the wet ball saved.
So on this Gear 1 instant replay, if you can see, hands off to Marcuzio. He goes up the middle, and then as soon as he's hit by number 15 of the Sharks, the ball came out.
Yeah, it was Justin Guillory on that, making a nice play there for the Sharks. So the Sharks will go ahead and line back up again. And they go ahead and decide they want to take a little false start.
Flag on the play. Call it a false start on the Sharks.
So again, Abe, like I said, penalties are killing these guys. Every time they have a positive play, they turn it into a negative, then they need to focus and concentration. That's what needs to happen here. You're still, it's 11-17 left to go in the game. You're only down 19-7.
Paul, it's a lot of time left in this game. The score is 19-7. The Sharks are knocking on the door. LJ Elwin is trying to make his way up the middle. We got the rain. We had the rain delay. It's go time. This is all about the bragging right. It's go time to where right now who wants it the most. Understand all these penalties are starting to come out. You got to settle your team down, and you got to make sure you got those guys in those trenches pushing and doing what they need to do. Right now, this is the go time. You got 10 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in this ball game. It is not out your hands just yet.
So the Sharks will bring in Harvin on this. There's the snap. Harvin looking up the middle. He's got a little bit of quickness. He breaks a little hole. Fights for some extra yards there. Gets back to probably the 1st down marker. So it looks like he might have picked up the 1st down there. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give him the 1st down.
So it looked like the Sharks offense trying to go back for what was working for them and what was actually able to get them in the end zone. And as you said, that's their Bobcat package to where they're rotating those running backs right now. They're getting the 1-2-3 punch going on.
And then Harvey. Oh, nice move there, but take it down to the backfield. Nice play there by Jaden James.
Paul, I must say, that number 5, Jaden James, has been all over the field tonight. He has been making some remarkable plays for the Eagles defense. He has been very aggressive on that.
Yeah, he's had a couple runs, too, for the offense. So he's played, both sides of the ball.
And I know what hurt him is that one run he had around the left side of the field that was actually brought back due to a holding. So he's actually been on both sides of the ball and making an impact for the Eagles.
So there's going to be a penalty on the play. It was never shown what it was. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sharks, 1st and goal for the Sharks at the 5, at the 6, correction. And you have Elon.
Oh,
Elwin, another bad snap. Elwin picks it up. He's looking. He's trying to make something out of nothing. And that he was down. Should not be a fumble. So he was down at about the 25. So you're talking about a 20-yard loss on that play.
and that's been hurting the Sharks all night. Is that center exchange to the running back or the quarterback? It's been hurting them, and it was a good thing that Gainer was able to get back on that ball.
That was Elwin on that one, and it seems like when Elwin was in there, the ball keeps getting snapped up over his head. So here we go. Hoyt looking to the right, flares it out, ball knocked away. Nice play there, number 4, Connor Macazio for the Eagles. Pass intended to Grant Lanning.
And I see with this Springstead team, they have a lot of players playing on both sides of the ball. So they got to be tired.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They're out here busting their hump out here. And
and that's where a lot of coaches in Hernando County talk about they're trying to build depth, because they want to have teams to where these guys don't have to play on both sides of the ball. They want to have enough talent to where they don't have to play on both sides.
So Hoyt looking to the left, fires across. That's going to be picked off again by number 3. That's Pastrana. He brings it out up to about the 7. There was a little contact down there. I don't know if that play is going to get called.
So with the Care One instant replay, Jackson Hoyt drops back, puts the ball in the air. Pastrana was there all by himself. Seemed like the ball was intended for him back there. And it's
offensive pass interference.
So they're calling offensive pass interference on that play, and then there's some extra flags in the back. I think it's probably going to be some more unsportsmanlike conducts. I think we're pushing again close to over 20 flags on this fine rainy night.
Which we also a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Sharks as well.
So it looks like the Eagles will have the ball. 1st and 10. Let's see where these officials decide where they're going to put the ball. Again, it was a nice play there, on Pastrana's part there to put the interception.
Springstead's right now defense, 3 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. Your defense has been doing a great job for them and getting the ball and putting them in great field position.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Eagles at their own 22. There's the snap, the handoff. Nope, fakes the handoff. That ball loose in the backfield. It's still rolling around. Nature Coast looking to get on the ball. So that should be a backwards pass or a lateral. So that should be a fumble with the Sharks recovering down there at the 2-yard line. So a little luck right back to the Sharks there.
With great field position.
Absolutely.
With 8 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter, like I said earlier, Paul, it's go time. Right now is the opportunity for Nature Coast to punch it in. They have been given an opportunity to punch this ball in. Let's see if this Eagles defense can swarm right now.
So they'll have Harvard in the backfield in the Bobcat. There's the snap. Harvard going to take it. No, he's going to go around the left side. He's got a little speed. He's got a little opening. It's going to be a touchdown for the Sharks. Jasir Harvard. So the Sharks straight back.
Check it out, Care One instant replay. He goes up cuts to the outside. He uses his footwork, get around the left side of the field, and he had enough room around the outside to get into the end zone.
So the Sharks will go ahead and looks like they're going to try for the extra point here. Shankerley will line it up. Sharks bringing on a player late. Here's a snap, the hold, nope. Going to be picked up. Tough to get an extra point off here in this weather here with the ball being as wet it is.
That was Tyree Davis that was able to get back there and make that tackle.
So we got 8:32 left to go here in the game with Springstead leading 19-13 over Nature Coast. We'll be back.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials. Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us.
Paul, it's 8:32 remaining in this ball game. It is 19-13. The Eagles are on top, but we got a ball game on our hands right now.
Yeah, Nature Coast only down by 6. Shankerley going to go ahead and kick it off. Back deep is Macasio. Probably going to go ahead and do one of those little pooch cut kicks again. Sure enough, Dalton Williams fields it, brings it up over to 45. He's out to the 50. Keeps going. He's up to about the 43 of the Sharks. So the Eagles will have decent field position here to go ahead and widen the lead.
So for those of you that's just tuning in, don't forget, at the end of the game, we have our Glory Days Player of the Game. So, Paul, what would a Player of the Game get?
Oh, they get themselves a nice, sweet T-shirt. And they also get themselves a Gulf Coast Sports Network T-shirt, by the way. And they'll get themselves a nice little gift certificate to Glory Days. So they can wear their T-shirt to Glory Days and say, hey, I was the player of the game. And there's the snap, and Martinez is going to go ahead and take it, and he's going to get brought down back at the line of scrimmage.
Martinez, the ball carrier.
So for those of you that just really tuning into the game right now with the Eagles leaving 19-13, a quick recap of what's been going on. Springstead was able to punch out first with a touchdown by number 4, Connor Macasio. Then Nature Coast struck back with a touchdown by number 7, LJ Elwin. Then Springstead hit a nice pass for 35 yards to Zylas Pastrana. And then Springstead also had another TD, 6 yards, by Gio Martinez. And then now Nature Coast just hit them back with a 3-yard run by Harvin.
So Macasio gets back again to the line of scrimmage. That'll be third down. It's going to be actually 3rd and 11 for the Eagles. No rush on the Eagles' part. They're going to go ahead and try to milk as much of this clock as they can. Sharks with 1 timeout left.
And once again, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. For some of you that are not out here, challenging this rain that's happening at the Eagles Nest, we'd like to send a big shout out to John McMurrow for the on-field camera, and for Bill Iser, who's up in the stands, making sure you guys can see everything that's going on here while you guys sit home, relax. And right now, with the score being Springstead 19, your Nature Coast Sharks 13, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, so we're back here. Springstead, 3rd and 11. Their own 44. There's the handoff to Echeverria. He's going to go around the left-hand side. Immediately brought down the backfield. Lost 2 on that. So the Sharks defense standing tall on this series.
Well, it looks like, Paul, he was trying to get around the outside, and once he tried to make that cutback, the grounds are wet, and he slipped and was unable to do anything. So that tackle made it look like they hit him hard, but it actually didn't. He was trying to cut back at that time.
So that'll bring up 4th and 13 for the Eagles. They're going to be set back to punt. Maldonado will be punting. Back deep for the for the Sharks is Avion Jackson. There's a snap. Maldonado gets the punt off. Nice little punt. Jackson picks it, fields it at the 5, brings it up to the 20, tries to spin, gets himself out to about the 21-yard line.
Now, Paul, this is a very, very critical series for the Sharks. They got 5 minutes and 44 seconds to attempt to walk this ball down the field and score. As you guys can see, we still have some fans here with the rain going down. Beautiful shot by John McMurdo, our on-field camera guy, making sure he gets you guys the shots that you need.
So now the Sharks have an opportunity, 1st and 10, deep in their own territory, starting off on their 21.
They got 5 minutes and 44 seconds. They got plenty time.
They got to make sure, though, they got to mind the penalties, Abe, because this is the drive you don't need penalties on. Full concentration, 100% on this.
So right now, Coach Garofano is saying contain, wrap up, try to knock the ball loose, and play physical, but be disciplined.
So here we go. They're going to give the ball at the 22.
For the Sharks from the 21.
Looks like they got Hoyt in shotgun formation. Switching sides, sending Owens to the other side of the field. Bringing McKenzie to the left side. Hoyt drops back. He got plenty of time. He puts the ball in the air, and it's another interception.
Macasio.
That is 3 interceptions tonight by the Eagles. Check out this Carolina instant replay. Jackson Hoyt drops back. He has plenty of time. He puts the ball in the air. Number 4 comes and grabs it. Macasio.
Yeah, he threw it right into 3 guys. He had some other options open. I'm not sure if he pulled the trigger a little too soon on that, but he threw it into triple coverage, and Macasio came away with it. So the Eagles have a chance to put the nail in the coffin on this, and when they punch this one in, that could be lights out for the Sharks. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 25. Martinez will go ahead and take it himself, run it right back up the middle. Brought down there by Zyron McCullough. Picks up a few on that.
Short gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down. results as the clock continues to tick down there in the 5-minute
So
mark.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Please help us keep the stadium clean.
The Eagles now in control of this game.
Please help us out by taking it through the nearest stats technical. I'd like to remind you also that
Sharks with
all
one timeout
spectators
left.
need to be out of the stadium 30 minutes after tonight of the conclusion of tonight's game. Thank you for coming out and supporting your team.
Here's a snap. Martinez hands it off to Macasio. Macasio looking to run the right-hand side. He gets up to about the 15-yard line, 16-yard line.
Takes it around the right side of the formation down near the 15-yard line.
Time ticking down.
Ball is marked just shy of the 15. Less than a yard to go for the first down for the Eagles.
So 4:10 left to go. 3rd down and 1. Tyree Davis under center. He's going to take the ball directly. Lunges forward. Looks like he got enough for the first down there.
First down marker.
And I'm not sure if they're going to go ahead and have a measurement on this. Or are they going to give him the first down? They're going to go ahead and give him the first down. I mean, if you start at the 35 and you get to the 25, Dave, that's 10 yards, right?
Ball is very close to the 15-yard line.
Correction, that's 25 to the 15.
And that is the Springstead Eagles.
So 3:47 left to go and counting. Eagles got a first down, 15-yard line. They got Macasio and James in the backfield. Tyree Davis under center. There's a snap, handoff to James. James goes up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. He's down to about the 5-yard line.
Nice hard run there by James. Jaden James, he's been all over the place tonight, Abe.
You know, unfortunately, check out this Care One instant replay. Let's look at it. Davis gets the ball, hands it off. He goes straight up the middle. He start punch, and he almost got brought down, but he was able to spin out of that tackle and get another yard out of that play. And like you say, he's been all over the field tonight. Unfortunately, they took back that touchdown that he had when he ran around the left side of the field. But other than that, he has been making a lot of plays for the Eagles.
So they're going to mark him a yard short. So Davis hands off to James. James fighting. Oh, pops
Ball
out
comes
in
out.
the end zone.
It looked like the
it's gonna
Sharks
be-
recovered it.
You're going to call that a touchback?
It will be a touchback regardless.
Yep. So they're debating on whether if he crossed the line or not before the ball got loose.
Let's check out this Care One instant replay. He's trying to power his way through. The ball pops out. He never crossed the
No,
plane.
I don't think he crossed neither.
He never crossed the plane. Looked like he was a yard short.
So,
So we're gonna check it.
touchback.
Paul, let's check this out again. Let's see what we can see. So he goes, he spins, he hits.
Bam.
Yeah, he never crossed the line.
Yeah, his butt hit the ground about a yard short of the end zone there, and so the officials go ahead and they're going to call it a touchback. So Sharks will get the ball back.
So
2:21 left. There's time.
the Sharks are still in this game. Their defense came up big for them.
One play.
Nature Coast, 4 tackles for loss, 3 fumbles recoveries.
So here we go. There's Elwin goes ahead and takes it right up the middle. He's found a little hole. He's still spinning. He fights up past the first down. So they got to hurry. 2:10 left to go. Sharks do have one timeout. And it looks like there's a Springstead player that's slow getting up, so they're going to go ahead and.
Looks like number 11, James Hicks, getting up a little slow on the play, but he's able to get up and run off on his own accord.
So the Sharks are going ahead and getting an official's timeout on that, so they're going to go ahead and talk about the next play. So 1st and 10. Sharks got the ball at the 32.
Clock continues to run. That run good for a first down for the Sharks.
2 minutes left. There's a snap. Harvin, and we got a flag.
Not sure if everybody had gotten set.
And I'm going to call it again a false start on the
Sharks.
That'll move them back 5. First and 15. First and 15. Harvin bubbles the snap a little bit. Still trying to look for a little daylight. Gets around the right side. Taken out of bounds. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
The Sharks are trying to do all they can to get the ball moving down the field, but their biggest opponent right now is the clock.
Yeah.
Now, what we have seen is Jackson Hoyt does have an arm. Last time we watched this team play, they utilized Owens on a deep pass. We have yet to see them run a deep pass with Owens tonight, and he did a remarkable job last time this team played that we were able to see them play, and Jackson Hoyt has the arm to make it downfield.
There he goes, 2nd down. Harvin takes it right back up the middle. Picks up about 5 on that run. Time ticking down. 1:30 left to go. That'll bring up 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 5. They bring Hoyt into the game now. There's a snap. Hoyt rolls to the left. He's got time. He's going to take it himself. He's got to get out of bounds, but he decides to keep it. Gets up to the 50.
Actually carry the ball around the left side of the formation out to the 50-yard line.
Check out this Carolina instant replay on that. Hoyt draws back. He rolls to the left side of the field. He sees the lane. He takes it down the lane. Picks up another 1st down.
Ball is spiked to stop the clock.
So Hoyt spiked the ball on that one. I'm surprised they didn't call outside because there was a host of Eagles in the backfield before he even got the ball.
Flag on the play.
Maybe that could be it. The flag came from the far side. The players on the right side were the ones that looked like they might have been offsides. I'm not sure what they're calling here. A lot of confusion down there.
Indication is offside on the offense.
So offsides on the offense. They must have lined up across the neutral zone there. So with 56 seconds left, Sharks got the ball at their own 44. Hoyt gets the ball, the snap, looks to the left. Quick little flare out to Owens. Owens starts to cut back in, taken down at about the 46. Got to get out of bounds. And the Sharks will go ahead and use their final timeout with 44 seconds left.
Short gain on the play. All just beyond the 45-yard line.
So this might be a good time, like you said, Abe. You brought that up with Jakor and Owens that, you know, the last time we watched Nature Coast, they went ahead and he had a couple nice downfield passes there. You know, I think tonight that's the first time we've called for him. And, you know, maybe a little pump fake and You know, a little hit and go on this next one.
Well, here's the thing. You know everybody is keying on number 7, LJ. You take LJ and you take him to the opposite side of the field, put him in motion or something. That's going to draw the attention of the safety over there where he's at because he has been their runner all night. You leave Jacory Owens over here on the island by himself with Pastorano. Owens has some height on him. Put the ball up and let him make a play.
Let's see if they do that here on this. Hoyt's going to take it. He's going to run it. He cuts back in the middle again.
It looked like he picked up. Well, he's short of the first down. The clock is running.
30 seconds left. They got to hustle. Third down. There's a snap. He's going to go ahead and spike it. So now it'll be fourth down. Fourth and two with 25 seconds left. No timeouts for the Sharks. Down by 6.
So either they need to take a shot or they need to take something that's going to get them out of bounds.
Yeah, you definitely got to get it towards the sidelines there. You just, you can't be cutting the ball up in the middle of the field like this.
So they put Owens on the other side of the field, looking like Tyree Davis to be, manning him up. Pastrana is going to try to shut the island down on this side of the field.
So they flare it out over to Elwin. Elwin's going to run out of bounds. He does get the first down. So he's
19 seconds remaining.
19. Ball at the 31 for the Sharks.
Check out the Care 1 replay. Hoyt drops back. A hitch pass. And Elwin makes his way over and plays smart and gets out of bounds immediately. Gets the first down.
There we go. 19 seconds. There's the snap. Hoyt looking. He's going to take it down. He's going to roll to the left. Now he's going to run. He's got to get out of bounds. He gets out of bounds with about 10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Hoyt
is trying to make plays with his legs right now. The Eagles are doing great by covering the Sharks players downfield. Hoyt's trying to make a play. We got 10 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Sharks are in the red zone right now.
That's it. Ball at the 18. 10 seconds left. He's got to get something either to the back corner of the end zone or right down towards the sideline here. Owens, wide out to the left. There's a snap. Hoyt's looking. Throws it to the sideline. Incomplete. 5 seconds left.
15 seconds to go. The ball is incomplete out of bounds, stopping the clock. Down to 4.3.
So this is going to be it, Abe. This is the final one of the game.
Brings the second down and 10.
Final play. Got to get something into the end zone. Or at least somewhere close and get yourself an opportunity to run it in. But this is definitely going to be the last play of the game.
They need to have Elwin on the field, and they need to have Owens one-on-one. So you stack the right side of your field. You leave Owens on the left side of the field, and you put the ball in the air, and you let him play like he's playing basketball and go get it.
Well, he's getting double covered. No, he's going to turn into single coverage. They're trying to look for the back of the end zone. Incomplete,
and the Eagles have won the ball game.
He had an opportunity, Hoyt. I don't think he saw the receiver back in the back corner of the end zone because he got free from his man.
The Eagle was set back up, and they were actually double covering over there in the back of that side. But ladies and gentlemen, we just seen a great game by two teams, but the Springstead Eagles was able to pull it out 19-13 with a great game on both sides. Yes, we did have some penalties and we did have rain, but the Eagles were able to pull it out once again. So tonight, our Glory Days player of the game is going to be number 3, Zalis Pastrana. He had 1 touchdown, 35-yard. He made a beautiful catch and scamper around the left side of the field, and then he had a nice interception coming out of the end zone, and he also had some great plays and receiving plays and pass breakups during this game. Congratulations. And right now, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for Gulf Coast Sports Network, and we're going to send it up to Will.
Wow, what a ball game. Thank you very much, Abe and Paul. Came down to the last second. Just what you expect in a classic rivalry matchup here in Hernando County. Springstead takes home the victory tonight, 19-13. We sure do hope you enjoyed the broadcast here tonight under some difficult conditions as well as the weather delay, but we sure enjoyed bringing it to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For Abe Dowdell, Paul Smith, Bill Leiser, John McMurdo, I'm Will Wilkie. We'll see you next time.